everybody, welcome to Flash Fried. By the way, I'm sorry that your best friend died.
You're slaying them today, TJ.
I hope no one's best friend actually died, or this is gonna be a real surreal experience.
You're slaying them today, TJ.
Slaying them. Thanks, Paul. I mean, I usually do. You know?
Hey, TJ, I got a comment for you, dude.
Oh, yeah? What's your comment?
You want to hear it, TJ?
Yeah, I want to hear your insightful comment, Scotty. Go ahead and let me know.
Fucking suck, TJ.
Is that it?
You fucking said some mean shit, dude. 'Cause you're telling me somewhere in the world. Imagine how many people are going to watch this. And some dude's probably like, my best friend's dead. Then he fucking like, flash fries. A little bit of solace.
I just wanted escapism.
Exactly. He's going to want some escapism. He's going to hear your fucking comment. And what the fuck's going to happen to that person? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to him, TJ. But you do. Just think about that, man. You're a bad person, TJ.
You got some thought, TJ.
Diddle deep, buddle diddle boo. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, I gotta fucking close Twitter so I don't fucking get distracted by that. All right.
No shit.
No Twitter, TJ. No Twitter, man.
Normally it wouldn't be that much of an issue because I could just idly scroll through, but right now
TJ,
it's pissing me off.
Tweeting TJ, dude.
Tweeting TJ, tweeting again.
TJ.
Welcome back to the Tweety Tweet Show.
I'll get TJ's Twitter shit in a second because we got fucking t-shirts, gentlemen.
Yeah, shirts.
We got a fucking shill shirts. What are you talking about, Paul? Fuck Twitter for a moment. We'll get to TJ's Twitter because I want you to bring up TJ's Twitter because if he's had a Twitter battle, it's funny.
Buy my shirts.
Look at the quality. Oh, it's so good.
Buy it until it hurts.
Dude,
the shirt is so grand. Greatest shirt in the land.
This shirt. Total bounce off you.
This shirt smells extra good too because I've been wearing it, so it smells all like musky and woodsman-y, you know, like pine.
Yeah, because Paul's that real primal fucking force of nature kind of.
Well, Paul's got the hoodie, dude. So he's got some. Is the hoodie's like? Is it a thick hoodie or it's like a thinner hoodie? Huh?
I mean, it's a pretty standard. It's not like overly thick, but it's not super thin either. It's real soft on the inside, pullover, pockets in the front.
I love our. What's this description here? The triumvirate of neckbeards. There is an old legend that a shirt would come and save these troubled lands. The wait is over and the time has come. Behold, a shirt so sublime you will never want to wear another. Gaze on what should be the Mount Rushmore of lazy neckbeard podcasters. Buy or die. And there's a little asterisk. Death is inevitable and buying the shirt will not prevent your eventual death. Any claims made by TJ are bullshit. Please never listen to a fat YouTube edgelord. What the fuck? What is going on here?
You like the description I wrote, TJ?
I rescind my endorsement of these shirts until that is removed from the fucking description.
Fuck your endorsement, dude. Take your endorsement and wipe my fucking
I'll get my picture off of here, and I don't support this shirt anymore.
Shit down. I can take nothing down.
I don't support this shirt no more. I'm just, fuck this shirt. Unbuy if you bought the shirt, unbuy it. Send it back.
Unbuy it? All right.
If you scroll down, TJ, there's a nice picture of me wearing the hoodie, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How come that doesn't appear in the ad that runs for our shirts? How come it's just the other three pictures? Why was Paul excluded from the ad?
Fat shaming, dude. Sorry.
The fuck?
It was fat shaming.
Yeah, and we put you here at the bottom too.
Save the best for last.
We gotta hide Paul at the bottom.
You don't hit him with the hind right away, dude. You put the B team out first, and then you bring out the A team.
Uh-huh.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think they went with their best foot forward by putting me first. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'd love to hear the argument for that one. I'd love to hear the justification.
The argument is that I'm better than all of you. So, I mean, it's not even an argument. It's just a fact.
Is it strange that you're the only one that seems to think that, TJ?
No, of course not. I mean, everyone's jealous of my greatness.
You and a handful of sad, subjugated to TJ fans are the only.
I clicked on some different colors. I want to show people because people are like, "There's only 2XL."
All right,
look right there, 4XL.
4XL.
4XL, dude. That's man.
3XL for purple.
Purple. I don't know why there's different. Okay, yeah, there's another 4XL in midnight navy.
that navy one.
And it goes up to 3XL in maroon, which
Yeah, because
maroon's
Paul,
a cool
you
color.
have to get a shirt too, dude. You can't just have a hoodie.
Yeah,
Well,
Paul, you
not-
stupid bastard.
So we're gonna get Paul one of the t-shirts. Paul, which one do you like? The navy?
I like the navy one, yeah. And I just want to go ahead and get that
The
motherfucker.
navy one? Oh, sorry, Paul. It doesn't come in 7XL.
What the hell,
I'm not
TJ?
ordering it for you, TJ. I'm ordering it for me.
What are you talking about? You're fatter than Sky told me you put on like 30 pounds. Well, I'm
Yeah,
losing
Paul got
weight.
fat, dude.
Paul's
I mean,
gaining
he
weight.
admitted
I'm
it.
losing weight. I bet you're fatter again at this
I don't
point.
think Paul put on 30. I think Paul put on 20 pounds.
You were like 4 days into a diet that is so doomed to fail, it's laughable.
Whatever, bitch. I already lost 3.4 pounds.
I want you guys to have diet wars again, dude.
On you and you're yo-yoing up,
3.4 pounds,
Paul,
bitch.
Will you keep making the diet?
looking like a big fucking tank pulling through the room.
You know what? I ain't even gonna be fat soon, so fucking you're not gonna have nothing on me then.
Paul's gonna lose weight too, though, TJ.
I'm gonna be fucking svelte, bitch.
If you are able to stick to a diet and get anything that's even approaching fucking svelte, I will be so shocked I will die of a fucking heart attack.
Well, then prepare to die.
Damn, prepare for death.
There's no way, TJ. There's no way. You're a piece of shit who kicks people when they're down, TJ. You know what? The fucking shoe was on the other foot just a scant few months ago.
And you know what?
I was looking nice and thin, and you were looking like a big, fat fucking teardrop. And was I here saying every day, like, oh yeah, look how fat fucking TJ. No,
Maybe you should be.
no, maybe I should be. Maybe I should take it there, TJ.
Maybe you should, Paul. Maybe you fucking should.
You're 4 days on the diet, and whatever, like 2 or 3 pounds of water
Yep.
weight you've dropped in the ensuing
Oh,
4
I'm pretty much ripped right now.
changed your big rippling fucking segments, hasn't changed the way you look at all, and doesn't represent much commitment either. Talk to me 3 months down the line.
Do you
and
know how
you're
we'll really know, dude?
What's
fucking
that?
Your face will be thinner.
Huh? My
Your
face will be thinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Your face will be like,
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm skinny, Paul's fat. That's just what it's at. That's the status quo.
You want to know something else that's going to happen at the
That's
end of the
the
day?
status
TJ? I'm
quo,
gonna send you
Paul.
a big fat stack of fucking pizzas.
Oh, you do it. Go ahead.
Not at the end of this day, though. I'm going to wait until you're more desperate for actual food. I'm going to wait until you're so sick of eating whole grains and oatmeal.
Yeah, go ahead and
fucking
send it on
cows
Saturday.
and
That's
shit.
my cheat day. I'll eat it on Saturday.
Oh, I'll send you way more than you're allowed for your cheat day, TJ. There's going to be
The
leftovers.
cheat day, I just eat whatever I want.
Yeah, that's fine.
So-
I'm going to send you like 6 pizzas.
So there's no
TJ.
allowed. Yeah, I'll eat them all. I'll eat every
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
pizza.
man,
And you
do
know
you-
what? I'll
you
still
have
lose
a
weight.
cheat day. Come on, you're gonna gain the weight you lose back. This is gonna make a
I didn't
fucking
lose
joke,
no weight
dude.
last week.
You're gonna go like this. You're
I
gonna
did this-
yo-yo, dude.
You cannot gain back in
fucking
one day.
From the
Okay.
start, he's already fucking adding stipulations. Now he's got a full blown cheat day.
I've got
where-
a treat day now. I got a treat, whatever.
It's fucking dude. You
I
are
have
fucking-
I
you're
have
like-
lost
dude,
I have
you're like-
lost 3.4 pounds, and that's with my cheat day. So I'm fine. And you know what? You guys can fucking spout all the little words you want, but at the end of the fucking day, I'm gonna be fucking skinny.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
you're a fat fuck.
skinny fuck.
In the 11th hour.
used to
if
it.
you Look at the last of our days.
Not only skinny,
You guys
but
are
ripped. I'm gonna be fucking muscular as well. I'm gonna be
Well,
an
TJ,
impressive physical
At the end
specimen.
of the day.
And
I
you
said- I said
motherfuckers-
You're gonna be a fat fuck.
What are you gonna say then? All you're gonna be able to do is be
I'll
like,
say
well,
I
I
must
guess,
be living in an alternate
I
reality.
guess you were right.
Awake me from my coma.
Yeah, seriously.
Like that's what I'm gonna be fucking saying.
Wake me
Like,
up from
when
this-
does the stream end?
When I
Yeah.
pull a, what's his name? Fucking the fat guy who got all muscular and ripped and
Ethan
shit.
Supley.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a souply on your asses, and then we'll see what's what.
You ain't
If
gonna.
you fucking actually
I'm gonna
do
pull
it,
a
then
fucking
of course I'll have to
souply,
fucking
bitch.
come to terms with it.
I'm gonna pull a fucking Ethan Supley, and you motherfuckers are gonna be able to do nothing more than just
You know what
sit
you're
in
gonna
your
pull, TJ?
incompetence and cry.
You know what you're gonna pull, TJ? You're gonna pull a late night trip to a fast food place soon. I can guarantee you there's gonna be a fucking a situation where you just go like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go get something to eat. It's
Yeah.
not my cheat day.
And-
but
oh,
I'm
you know
fucking-
what?
He's gonna lie, dude. He's tell Chelsea. Oh,
Well, you know what?
That
That might very well happen. But then I'm
you
gonna get
don't
back
get
on my
sugar
diet
excuse
the
anymore,
next day.
actually.
You're
Right.
gonna be back on your diet. No. That's gonna represent the first. Because once you do that, and then maybe you lose a pound that week anyway, you're gonna go, I can do that like 2 times a week, 3 times even. It just creeps back in, just like smoking, TJ.
Nope.
I'm just gonna have one. Dude, it's been so
Oh,
long.
Paul, you know what he's gonna do?
have one. Boom, and pretty soon you're smoking a pack of half.
I know TJ's excuse. TJ will be like, I'm going to go get a fucking protein smoothie. So he'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go get a smoothie. First, I'll make a little diversion. A Taco Bell or McDonald's, get a couple fucking McDoubles or whatever it is, eat those, go get a smoothie, come back. I'm being good.
I already had a cheat day, and on my cheat day, I fucking pigged out. I literally fucking ate a foot-long chili cheese coney from Sonic and some tater tots and a strawberry fucking limeade. And then later I went to Popeyes and ate a bunch of fried chicken and biscuits and mashed potatoes. So I've already done this. I've already done the fucking fast food thing. Has it knocked me off my game? Hell no. I'm still on track.
TJ, just wait, dude. Just wait, man.
Has it?
I had a day of indulgence, but every other day I've been a good boy.
Time when you're losing a bunch of weight,
I've been a good boy. I've been doing my app. I've been tracking my calories.
Yeah. You know what's happening in TJ's head right now, and this is going to be the undoing of this. I'm doing so good. I can have a little fucking cheat, dude.
I can have a little.
I already have a cheat built in. I have a cheat day built in to release the pressure.
I know it's Saturday. I know it's Monday, like the farthest day from Saturday. Saturday is a long day away, man, and I got a lot of fucking kale between me and Saturday. You know what, dude? I'm doing so good this week, and I'm feeling so stressed out because I've been working so hard. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run out, and I'm going to grab myself a big old McDonald's with a big old large fries and a big old Big Mac. Oh, yeah. You know what, dude? Because that's not going to throw me off my game, yo.
You know what? You know what, Paul?
In the next week, you'll be doing it 2 days a week outside of your cheat day. And then the next week, you'll be hiding it from Chelsea.
You know what, Paul? I wonder what would happen if you applied even a fraction of the pounds. Paul, I wonder what would happen if you took all the effort, energy you spend on insulting me and just focus it on improving yourself. I wish you would just try that out, Paul, because I bet you could lose that weight that you've gained.
No, this is hilarious.
In quarantine. I bet you could lose that 30 extra pounds hanging from your already pendulous fucking gut.
Yeah.
And maybe you could fucking improve yourself as a human being a little bit. Stop being an indecent, rude, mean-spirited fucking cow.
Do you want to know a little secret?
No,
TJ?
I don't. I don't want to hear anything else from you, Paul. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you shut the fuck up, Paul? Why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? Huh?
You need to shut the fuck
Paul, that's very rude. I don't know why you feel the need to be such a rude person, Paul.
Gillette is on my side.
I don't know why you feel the need to be such a rude person.
You just called me a pendulous fat piece of worthless.
I was saying it out of love, Paul. I was saying it out of love.
Here's a little secret for you, TJ.
All right, tell me your secret.
I've been on a diet for several days. I just don't announce it to people asking for fucking pats on the back for my diet and shit. I don't announce my whole routine to people hoping to get fucking back pats for my diet.
Well, you know what, Paul?
Dieting than you. It's been proven. I've lost more weight than you, faster than you, and kept it off for longer than you have ever been able to do in any of the weight loss challenges we've had. We've had multiple.
Resting on your laurels, living in the past. You know what, Paul? That was then. This is now. This is now.
You know what's going to happen, TJ?
What's
right
that?
Alongside with you, I'm not going to crow about it, but as you get thinner, I'm going to get thinner, and those burgers are going to get tastier and tastier as the days go by. Harder to fucking resist on your non-cheat day. Dude, you have a cheat day. You've already failed, TJ. You need to change your You talked earlier about how you need to change your relationship with food. How is spending all day eating fried chicken and Oreos and fucking fast food from every place that you want, changing your relationship with food, TJ? You're just allowing the fucking shit to creep into your life like you always do, and fucking 6 months from now, you'll be heavier than you've ever been again, sitting there with your segments draped over the fucking edge of your chair, wondering where life went wrong, with Scotty making the same face he's making right now, smiling and laughing at your big, jiggly fucking mess of an ass, looking like a big fucking serving of fucking mashed potatoes that somebody allowed to reach room temperature just piled up there. And you are gonna fucking eat these words, TJ, in addition to the copious amounts of burgers and fries and steaks and cheese that you're gonna be eating. You're gonna be eating these words that you fucking spouted today about what a great weight loss program you're on and how fat I am, you stupid fuck. You've aroused the fucking demon. Now I'm gonna be thin and you're gonna still be a big wad of lukewarm mashed fucking potatoes. Believe it, call it, write it down in the fucking history books, because it may as well have already happened, TJ. Is this what you wanted to do? Is this what you were trying
hard.
to do?
It's hard to hear. I mean, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to make a big impressive speech, but your fat and jowls are just jiggling so much. It's actually distorting your words. I'm only getting every other word.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, it's kind of hard to hear. But you know, I listen. I caught that you're on a diet. I caught that you're on a diet. Maybe you'll lose just enough weight to where I can actually understand what you're saying. But you know, anyway, at some point, it was a good one. Thank you. And at some point, I'm actually going to be a rippling mass of pure muscle.
Good one.
And you are going to be a big.
Hey TJ, that was a good one. If we get in Bill and Ted's fucking phone booth and go back to 1990s to the playground of my fucking middle school, you fucking retard. That was pretty good, Paul, but all the fat clogged and I couldn't hear what you were saying. Pwned. What is this, dude? Fucking 2007 again? Entry level pwnage? Dude, I just called you out in the worst fucking possible way.
That was the worst way? Yeah, I agree. It was the worst way.
Your comeback is your jowls are in the way. You're too fat. I couldn't hear the words. What a fucking third grade playground insult.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. You actually think that long diatribe of just like you're fat, your willpower is gonna fail, and that you think that warrants some like A game shit in response?
Yeah, because there was eloquence involved.
There was no fucking eloquence involved. You are not this fucking great linguistic fucking Bill Hicksian poet that you think you are. You basically just told the same fat joke like 9 times in a row. That's what you did. And then I had a brief and clever response, and now you're trying to distract the audience from how clever that response was by trying to show, that's some third grade level shit. We all know the audience was laughing. We all know that they fucking got a good chuckle out of it. So at the end of the day, I don't care if it's in third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, or what grade it's in, because I was better. I did better.
Look how he has to go beg. He has to go to the audience and go,
I'm not begging the audience for a reaction. I'm telling you what the audience are. I'm telling you how they already reacted, Paul. I'm telling you how they already fucking reacted.
Okay. All right, Nostradamus. We'll see which one of our prognostications come true. Me losing more weight than you and being fucking.
You know what? At the end of the day, Paul, you can flap those big jowls all you want.
Hey, TJ, look. I've listened to you guys below V8 for a while. Let me say this. That's how the proof is in the fucking pudding.
That's what I'm saying.
Is if like whoever's the fucking skinniest, I mean, like, I don't care about some weight loss shit. You guys want to track your weight. Like, let's just say, look. I mean,
I'm already tracking it anyway. I got my app.
I mean, you could do whatever you want to use numbers, but I'm saying, like,
you're gonna start.
I think seeing is believing, don't you guys? Like, who looks skinnier?
You're heading up. That app is gonna start flashing red and giving you some notifications pretty soon here, TJ.
Nope.
Oh, you know, I thought of an ingenious way to get TJ to fucking cheat on his diet, though. It's not even fast food. Cheese whiz.
Oh yeah, just plain.
No, they changed the recipe. It's gross. It's gross now.
Oh, you don't like? Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, it's all watery and shit. It tastes like cheesy diarrhea.
Okay, what
now.
if I found Cheese Whiz from like 3 years ago?
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking dope. I'll admit that.
All right, well, I'm gonna find that, and that's how I'm gonna sabotage your diet.
But you know what?
I'm just gonna send him like 10 fucking 20 packs of Oreos. He's not gonna throw them away.
DJ, what if there was like chocolate Cheese Whiz, and you could put it on like Oreos and stack those? Would you do that?
Chocolate Cheese Whiz?
Yeah, not actual like cheese based, but like just like chocolate in a can.
I don't know about this.
Oreos are his weakness, dude. That's his ultimate weakness because those cookies are like 800 calories a pop. You get him like 10. I'm just gonna ship 10 of the big family size Oreos.
All triple stuff though.
They will call you in the night. You won't throw them away. Guaranteed, you won't be able to bring yourself to do that. So you'll stash them somewhere and try and forget about them. But in the late of the night, TJ, when you're sitting up. Chelsea's off asleep. You're sitting at your computer. Oreo. Why are you so mean to me, TJ? Why are you being so mean today?
How was I mean? I was not mean at all. I was super nice. In fact, I was very encouraging.
Sure,
and I
am sure that
Paul,
the audience
I said
will me and say that you were the mean one.
You were saying that you wanted me to fail on my diet, and I meanwhile was saying I hope you do lose weight.
You were bragging about how you were on a diet you've been on for a total of 4 days and how you were going to.
I don't know where this 4 days comes from because I've been on this diet for more than a week now, so it's been more than 4 days. But
is that counting the cheat day where you ate literally 10 people worth of food?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're counting that. You said it's a full week, but one of those days a week, you literally ate gut bucket fucking food all day.
That's true. Yes. And I'm going to do that every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Once a week.
I'm glad. Keep doing it.
Well,
It's going to make you lose weight at a slower rate than me.
I probably will lose weight at a slightly slower rate because of that. But that pressure valve, I think, is going to create better long-term stability from my diet.
You think so?
Yes.
Fair enough. That pressure valve. That pressure valve is going to need to be fucking released several times a week pretty soon, TJ.
Nope.
And then the pressure
Incorrect.
On that new pair of pants you bought that fits you now because you lost a couple inches off your weight is going to need to be released as well.
Incorrect. Incorrect. You're so hateful, Paul. Why are you so filled with hate?
I'm a sage, TJ. I'm a hateful sage. I just know the future. I know the future failures of people because I know my own future failures. I too will return to fatness.
I won't. I'm going to be a skinny. I'm going to be a skinny boy. I'm going to be skinnier than Scotty. I'm going to be able to call Scotty fat ass. It's going to be fun. We'll see what happens.
Okay. I'm ready for that day, TJ.
When Scotty talks, I'll fucking pull what he used to pull on me when we were kids. Every time he says something, I'll just be like, "Moo," said the cow.
Dude, I would rather I more expect to walk out of my house one day and see a fucking pig with wings flying by than TJ skinnier than Scotty at any point in his fucking life, dude.
That'd be astonishing, honestly. You have to drop to like I weigh 200 pounds, so TJ have to drop his weight. What do you weigh now, TJ? About 320?
My last weigh in, I was 316.6.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you have to drop only 116 pounds.
That's like an entire person worth of weight.
Well, you have to remember too that I mean my body is larger than yours, so I mean I'm not gonna be able to necessarily like it. I can't. We can't compare just weight to weight. You know, it's got to be like.
No, we understand that you being taller is going to add weight.
Well,
he being 220 is
that,
like Scotty being 190 or whatever the fuck.
Right,
Yeah,
something like
if
that.
TJ's 220, that's about the same.
Well, 220. I don't know what my ideal. According to the fucking BMI, I'm supposed to be like 180 or something, but that would be I'd be a skeleton. So I don't know.
Your fucking ideal weight is probably somewhere in like the 220, 210 range.
Well, my goal is 220, so we'll see.
If you can reach that, you'll be on par with Scotty.
But that will take. That's literally going to take like a year or plus. So
it'll take longer than a year.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, dude, if TJ gets down to 220, oh man, dude, I'll be able to freaking slam him.
The diet I'm on now, I'm supposed to lose weight at a rate of like 2 pounds a week. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just a matter of can I keep it up, which I guess the widespread agreement is that I can't. So I look forward to proving all of you wrong.
Hey, let it be fuel for your fire, TJ.
Yet again.
Well, thus far, TJ, if I've made that bet, I've made the right bet. So
speaking of bets, before we move on to the order of the day, you want to make a little gentleman's wager on this, TJ? You want to do a little weight loss competition?
Gentleman's wager, sure. Let's do it. What do we got?
what do you guys want to wager?
Put up. No, I'm not a fan of monetary bets, but what do you want to put up, TJ? Maybe the loser has to do something humiliating. Like gorge themselves on pizza or something in front of the audience for an hour straight and say nothing.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad.
Shirtless.
No, I think the loser should do it dressed up as a piggy.
They're not allowed a napkin.
You guys have to get a pig costume, put that on, and then do it.
Yeah, piggy costume. You're not allowed a napkin or utensils. And you've got to eat with your hands behind your back for an hour.
I mean, none of this sounds all that bad. This sounds kind of fun.
Like, I'm gonna.
Dude, you say it doesn't sound bad now, but when there is a fucking hour of footage of you feeding it a trough pig that you can never do anything about, that's always there.
I mean, I got fucking
feel a little different, TJ.
I got videos of me pouring oil on my fucking tiny ass dick and like shoving bananas up my ass and stuff. So I mean, like, I don't know. It's like
I got videos of me, being whipped, sitting next to Pimp Monk in a gimp mask. You know what I mean?
Right? I don't know. It's just like
so. Maybe that's you. Let's come up with some terms then. What do you want to put on the line, TJ?
I don't know.
They're fucking boring, but we can just do a money bet if you want. But I just think
we need to do something a little more creative, though. What would the audience want? Maybe we should ask them for suggestions.
Yeah, let's just say this. Are you willing to say it's on?
Yeah, it's on.
Pending terms, you know, from me. Let's hear what the audience wants.
Pending some terms, it's on. Let's look at some audience suggestions for what should be on the line.
Okay.
Now, let's just clear
what
the
would
air
be
with
entertaining
this
for
one.
them.
Are you guys willing to put your beards on the line?
No.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna say
I'm not
people
as
some time
attached to
with
my
that one then.
I'm not as attached to my beard as Paul. Like I might just one day shave this off on a fucking whim again. So I don't really think it's a really fair thing.
There's no.
Yeah, I'm a little different. Like
Paul's way more attached. I mean, like it wouldn't really be a fair bet because it has to be something that we equally would not want to do. And Paul, I think, would be way more reluctant to shave his beard than I would. So.
Or my head too. Like I wouldn't cut my hair either.
Yeah, right.
On that shit too long.
I'm way more just like I don't give a shit about that. I mean, like
TJ's already bald and he doesn't give a fuck about his beard. So
okay, so guys, not in that vein, but I guess anything else
equally embarrassing or equally fucked up that for both of us because it you know, like the whole beard thing just doesn't make any sense. TJ, like I said, he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, he probably doesn't want to shave his beard.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for it on a while, but like, you know, I've grown my beard out to this length and shaved it off on a whim before. So I mean, it's like, you know, it could.
I have not.
Right. I mean, it could.
I have actually. I've had a long ass beard and taken it down to nothing before, and I've never regretted something more in my life, and I won't do it again.
Every single time I've done it, I've been like, "Fuck, what have I done?"
Like, even when I trim too much, I feel. So I just stopped doing that too. I barely trim like the scragglies around the edges and shit. So no.
But yeah,
can't be weird, but come up with something humiliating or something funny that the other person has to do. We'll put it on the line. Me and TJ will do like weekly check-ins on Flash Fried.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how we're doing. I'm with Scotty though, because fuck this weight. There's such a fluctuation between our different BMI goals and stuff that trying to track that is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way. We're gonna have to figure out a fair way to like measure progress as well.
We're gonna full screen our cams and we're gonna stand up and take our shirts off and we're gonna give a fucking front on and a profile and we're gonna show people how fucking fat we are week to week.
You know what? And then I say you guys let fucking people vote on it. Like, who do you think looks skinnier, TJ or Paul?
Right. I mean, I think
more minds to vote on it.
I think that's the fucking goal. Because, dude, if I drop 30 pounds or so, I'll be right back where I was fucking, you know, a few months.
The only thing left is how long are you guys going to do this for? Is this like just going to be ongoing until you hit your goals?
I don't think I get another chance at this. I'm 40 and my body is screaming at me that I'm going to die if I don't fucking lose some weight pretty soon. So I'm looking to make this a permanent fucking change. I'm looking to lose quite a bit of weight. I'm looking to get down to about 210 pounds, maybe 200 pounds even, somewhere in that zone. That would mean for me right now losing about 120 pounds.
So you guys are about on for the same amount. I mean, TJ may be a little bit less because he's taller and bigger, but you guys both got about 100 pounds to lose. So I guess the saga will just continue as long as you guys are going to keep going.
But yeah, somebody will tap out first. Somebody will start getting fatter first. And that's where it ends. So this is a long game. It's the long game here.
Well, I look forward to seeing if you guys can do it or not.
Got to dig deep.
All you need is love.
Ready to look at some news bullshit?
I suppose. I guess I don't think we've ever fucking gone 30 minutes on this show without looking at a single news story, but.
Well, whatever, dude. Shit happens sometimes.
I think this was more interesting than most news stories anyway, at least for me. So. But I don't know. That could just be because my ego is involved in it.
Sure.
The U.S. is on the verge of lockdown 2.0.
So I would love to be able to instantaneously access the probably 24 times over the last 2 months that I've said that there's going to have to be another fucking lockdown to get this under control.
I mean, I think that we all knew that the lockdown, I mean, at least we all knew on this show that the lockdown ending was super premature and this was inevitably going to be the result. But Trump has claimed that he's not going to do another lockdown, but individual states are probably going to have to end up doing it. I don't know. After 2 months of what looked like a nascent recovery, maybe the idiots, the U.S. economy is faltering again. Restaurant reservations, one of the most commonly tracked indicators of local business activity, are stagnating. Americans are also a bit less mobile in July than in June. It's not hard to see what's happening, with COVID-19 infections surging in the Sunbelt states and a few other states experiencing second waves. This whole second wave narrative is bullshit. This is not this is a failure to crush the first wave. This is not a second wave.
The first wave never stopped.
Yeah. We never flattened the curve in this country. We did a shit job because Americans, they don't want to listen to reason. They don't want to wear their fucking face mask. They don't want to fucking actually do what it takes to fucking beat this virus.
Well, not only that, but that's a lot of that is on the fucking politicians in these localities that opened up way too early and shit. Like people are fucking way too trusting of their local governments and shit. And when the government says, hey, it's safe to go back and start doing shit again, a lot of people just listen.
Dude, let me tell you what, this state we live in particular is a fucking disgrace when it comes to that. Like, the fucking attorney general is trying to be like, we're asking people to wear a mask is unconstitutional. Don't do it. Don't do it. What? And I think we're in the world almost the most per capita now. We're close. Like, we're in a competition. Maybe Florida and Texas. Like, but the whole South is vying for, like, where's the worst? Is it going to be Florida? Will it be Louisiana? Will it be Texas? Find out next week.
This is another story that
fucking nightmare, dude,
is related to this closures and the second wave shit that I thought was pretty interesting. Yelp says more than half of restaurants temporarily closed are now permanently shuttered.
Dude, you know what's crazy? There have been estimates, and people that are in this industry are saying that literally the only thing that might survive this, for the most part, is chains.
Right. Like, all of the actually good local, like, this is horrible news for fucking the dining experience in America. I mean, that's just fucking.
I mean, the dining experience is just one angle of this,
right?
Though.
I mean, obviously, so many.
This is what supports a lot of people's families.
Yeah, so many of the fucking, so many of these locally owned restaurants and shit. These are like some of the few like remaining small businesses that serve customers in this country that have not been eaten up by like big box stores and shit.
I mean, there are still tons of like little mom and pop clothing stores. Those places are shuttering. Mom and pop like hardware stores and boutiques type stores.
Yeah, all of these businesses that were already ravaged just by fucking late stage capitalism are now pretty much being completely obliterated by COVID-19.
And that doesn't just mean the loss of that business. That is the loss of employment, not only for the owner of that business, but for everybody that worked for that business as well.
Right.
We are on the fucking verge of a Great Depression, a second Great Depression. That really should be the headline of this story.
And all it does is strengthen. All it does is strengthen the oligarchy too, because it's like a lot of times these people they're not necessarily just losing their employment at the mom and pop restaurant. They're going to go get employed at the big box store or the fucking Amazon warehouse or whatever. So it's about shifting even more of America's economy away from, and this is like, we already have terrible upward mobility in this country. And so this is yet another way that fucking path towards actually making any money under capitalism or actually making, like rising up the ladder is just like cut off from ordinary people. It's just basically like those who have power and money will keep it, and those who don't have it have like increasingly narrow paths of how to get it. And this is just another example of that. So let's take a look at some of these actual numbers here. Yelp's economic average report out Wednesday shows exactly how tough 60% of the 26,160 temporarily closed restaurants on the Business Review site as of July are now permanently shut. Temporary closures are dropping and permanent shutdowns are increasing. Yelp's previous report in April found that more than 175,000 total businesses were closed in some capacity. Just under 25% of those closed businesses have reopened 3 months later. For restaurants in particular, this is becoming the way it goes. Yelp noted a 23% increase in permanent restaurant closures from only a month ago. Bars and clubs are also closing forever at high rates. 44% as of July of the 5,454 temporarily shuttered bars and other nightlife establishments are shut for good. Yelp broke down which cities and states are experiencing the most closures, both temporary and permanent. Places like Honolulu, San Francisco, and Las Vegas were struggling to keep businesses open as the cities with the highest rates of closures.
places that have high rates of high reliance on tourist dollars are suffering hardest. All three of those places, Honolulu, San Francisco, Las Vegas, those are tourist hives.
Oh, yeah. Also high cost of living, high cost of doing business.
Nobody's traveling right now. And a lot of these businesses, like Vegas is a perfect example of this. And TJ, you were recently in Vegas.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Like one of the things about Vegas is the amount of surreptitious businesses. The amount of restaurants is absurd. The amount of places that you can go to do the same thing in a tiny little compacted area is got to be some of the highest in the world. And that is dependent on these millions of people every year over the course of the year that fly in.
Oh yeah, and especially Vegas. I mean, and Honolulu, of course.
We're talking. You're talking tens of millions of people.
I've never been to Hawaii, but my parents have gone to Hawaii and Honolulu. They said they hated Honolulu because it was just like tourist central, basically.
Right. So I mean, like without tourists, that place
is fucked.
Like its entire economic system is just fucking dead.
San Francisco, once again, huge reliance on tourist dollars. San Francisco, the Bay, and all of the surrounding areas of San Francisco are a huge tourist destination in California.
Right, and we see another place in Hawaii, Kahului. I'm really bad at foreign. I guess it's really not foreign because it's U.S., but I'm still bad. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's also look at. I mean, like you see. The grays are temporary closures, the reds are permanent closures, and the red is really creeping up on the gray in a lot of these places, and it's about halfway on some of them.
And the red is almost the same going straight down, and you see other big names on this list. LA, of course, being a giant tourist mecca.
Los Angeles there.
Being one of the cities that's been shut down for the longest. LA is still under shelter in place.
You see San Jose and San Diego and
San Luis Obispo.
Yep.
That's like the central coast of California. It's a beautiful town. It's a real touristy town, reliant a lot on people coming in to go to the beach in the central coast.
Yep. Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, our old home city. And then by state, you see Hawaii at the top, Nevada hit hard, California hit hard, Arizona and Washington both hit hard, Oregon, Colorado, Texas, New York, Illinois, Florida.
And see, the only reason that fucking Louisiana isn't on this list is because Louisiana has been one of the most irresponsible states when it comes to shutting these businesses down and forcing the closures.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Places.
Around here, no one really gives a shit. I mean, I would say maybe some people, but
that's the scary.
Probably 60, 70% of people in this area just don't take this seriously at all.
Of course not.
So here's an article about the vaccine, in case anyone's looking for reprieve. Coronavirus, Oxford vaccine triggers immune response. A coronavirus vaccine developed by the University of Oxford appears safe and triggers an immune response. Trials involving 1,077 people showed the injection led to them making antibodies and T cells that can fight coronavirus. The findings are hugely promising, but it's still too soon to know if this is enough to offer protection, and larger trials are underway. The UK has already ordered 100 million doses of the vaccine. Well, based on the paragraph that came before, I don't know if they should be. They might be counting their chickens before they hatch. Ordering 100 million.
As you know, Paul brought this up to me, and I looked into it more. He's like, even if they develop a vaccine, the amount of doses you need, the distribution in the world, and some leading epidemiologists basically think that, maybe in some areas of the vaccine could be effective in certain countries, but worldwide to eradicate the coronavirus with its spread. I mean, the analogy that was basically, or what was, the way he described it was this, is that when it's like a fire that's burning. The only way it's going to burn out is when all the dry wood has burned out. So basically, with the coronavirus, all the people that can be infected have to be affected or in some way or have immunity.
Well, so this is the grim truth of this. The only way that we really beat coronavirus is if 90% of people get it and either die from it or survive it. Once 90% of people have had it, we've established herd immunity at that point. Like we've weeded out the people that can't survive it, and the people that don't react as badly to it can have it, and it's just like a common cold to them. That's basically our best case scenario here. This vaccine may or may not work. I will tell you this: like with these hopeful vaccine things, I've read. I was reading these stories worded just like this. back in like April and May.
Yeah.
So there, you gotta keep in mind that the fucking media really wants to pursue these stories. It's because people are going to click on them and shit.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone's interested in a fucking vaccine for this.
I mean, hey, if
here's
there's a vaccine, it's helpful treating it. Great, I'm not saying I'm against it.
Well, here's the problem too.
It's probably not gonna solve the problem.
Well, I mean, I think it could if there was an effective vaccine, it could definitely solve the problem. But one of the problems you have in America is there's so much skepticism around vaccines. Can we just be honest about the real problem in America?
Stupids.
Yeah. Like the stupids just ruin everything, and it's okay. Never mind. I can't go that in, but
the idiots are taking over.
Yeah,
they're taking over.
We got to do something about the stupids, man, because they're sinking us. They're really sinking us across the board.
No effect was trying to fucking warn us, dude.
Yeah,
you do.
A lot of people tried to warn us. The stupids are really fucking this up.
I think it was NoFX that did that song, right?
It was NoFX, yeah.
They were trying to warn us. He was telling us they're taking over, and now it's too late now. That was 20 fucking years ago or more. They've taken over. Now the idiots fucking rule the roost now. And that's why everything is fucked up. And you're right. There is a fucking rampant anti-intellectualism in this country.
Bill Hicks pointed out too, with like the waffle waitress story and shit, like the strong strain of anti-intellectualism that runs through the heart of America.
We got ourselves a reader. Yeah.
I don't listen to no experts. They just trying to put nanobots in my bloodstream. That's what that, like they literally, like at the very earliest stage of this virus, they said Bill Gates is the one who's trying to develop this vaccine. And what he's going to do is he's going to put nanobots in it that are going to control us or whatever the fuck. And so like they've already built in a narrative of what's going to happen and therefore why they're not going to take this vaccine that's going to protect them from the fucking coronavirus. Even if we do develop it, even if it is tested, even if it is released, there's going to be a huge swath of the population be like, no, I don't trust that. They're not scared of the virus. They're scared of the fucking vaccine. We're at that level of stupidity. Like,
yes.
Well, you have to think because they already have the conclusion. So it's just work back and however you need to make that conclusion to fit your narrative. Like, okay, so all this bad stuff's going to happen if we take this vaccine, and suddenly they're skeptical of science and reason. My vaccine bad. People, virus is a common cold. So it's basically they don't trust the scientific process. They just totally doubt science because it conflicts with their worldview and what they wish to believe. It's like, dude, when I was a fucking kid, I was in high school, going to school in Louisiana. I was reading the book Mist of Avalon. It's about 1,000 pages, and people constantly, why are you reading the dictionary? And it's like, can you fucking read even? You're in high school in Louisiana. I guess it doesn't matter. Just like it's like to go to another fucking comedian, all you gotta do is fucking bring a pencil. This country is filled with fucking morons, dude. I'm not saying this like I'm some fucking huge intellectual, but like I can see it. It's like a lot of people are just willfully fucking ignorant. It doesn't mean you have to be smart, but just be like educated about what's going on in the world to some degree and like be rational about how you come to like the things you believe. But it's just totally flying out the window. Just believe. It's like choose your own adventure book. Just believe whatever you want. Doesn't matter if there's facts because I'm right because I feel it in my bones. Like what? I don't know what we're thinking, man. I don't know as a culture. It's like, there's so many crises that this country is facing. The rest of the world just looking at us like, it's like they must like fucking really think we need adult supervision at this point. Like if like I literally saw like something online. It was like a sign in front of a bar where it's like, oh, Americans like require an adult to enter. Because like that's how we're viewed now. Like infantile idiots that can't make rational decisions. Even like, hey, what does science say? This is dangerous. Oh, well, too fucking bad. It doesn't matter if it's dangerous because I want to go on a vacation or I want to go fucking eat a fucking cheeseburger in a restaurant. Well, science says that's not good. Well, they don't give a shit. They don't fucking care. And this is the fucking result. And now they're just hoping for a miracle. That's all this is that like, I don't have to change. You just give me an injection. But even that, like you point out, even the dum-dums won't take the injection, even if it works. So I don't know what the fuck you can do for these people.
People are thinking about this the wrong way because they're looking historically and they're looking at polio. And I just pulled up here some polio charts. It's virtually eradicated worldwide. It's virtually non-existent as a disease. There are still some cases of it that pop up here and there, but it is virtually non-existent as a disease.
But there was no anti-vax crowd then either, too.
Right.
So
the reason for that is when the polio vaccine came out, not only was there a massive government program to produce and distribute and administer these vaccines, but literally everybody on the economic spectrum got vaccinated and got their children vaccinated, no matter what. My mom was dirt fuck, barefoot, oaky, living in a trailer, poor growing up. And she was vaccinated for polio. So people took it seriously. That's why there's no more polio. Nowhere near enough people are taking this fucking seriously. So the vaccine doesn't save us. Even if it comes, which I'm skeptical of the possibility of that too. Doctors have been working on coronavirus vaccines for longer than COVID-19.
Well, man, you talked about it.
Was a coronavirus. They've been studying this fucking type of disease for fucking a decade now, and there's not yet been a vaccine. So
even if a vaccine is developed, there can be significant enough mutations to make it ineffectual. Happens all the time with the flu vaccines, like
not everybody gets vaccinated.
Certain years.
But that's the problem. TJ, even if that does happen, even if we do get the fucking miracle vaccine, let's just say that we're in the reality where we get the miracle, it's going to knock it out. We don't know if there's enough people to actually take it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
really
look,
don't.
the people, if it's actually an effective vaccine, the people who take it will be protected.
Only if about 80%, I think it depends, but like 80 to 90% of people get the vaccine, then yeah, sure. But if they don't, the disease it's less likely you're going to get the disease.
Yeah, you
get it.
Well, the problem is that, if you don't get wide swaths of the population having it, it can still, other people can get it, and it has a chance to grow and mutate, and then it can affect the people who have the vaccines, just like the flu virus does. I mean, certain years they think, this is the flu strain that's going to be big, and then they give you that vaccine, but then they're wrong, and then people who got vaccinated still get the fucking flu.
This anti-vax shit is so recent too, because when I was a kid, people understood epidemiology, like basic epidemiology. We used to have as kids these things called chicken pox parties. There used to not be a vaccine for the chicken pox when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So what would happen? But what was known scientifically about the chicken pox was it is worse the later in life you get it. And so people would literally, if it got around the neighborhood that somebody's kid got the chicken pox and your kid hadn't had it yet, chicken pox parties. I went to one. I got the chicken pox because I was exposed to it intentionally at a party because there was no vaccine for it. And that was the only way to build my antibody to it. So I didn't end up with fucking, horrible sores all over me later in life.
And now it's pretty much a
people took it seriously though. See, there was no vaccine, but they still inoculated their children against this disease in the best and safest way that they could.
Right.
People don't even do that shit. That type of thinking is dead in America now. And we're left with this giant bunch of the population who are super skeptical about these fucking vaccines now because there hasn't been an outbreak like this.
Well, people have done these COVID parties, but it's not in the case of COVID, it's not a good idea. And
the COVID parties thing, by the way, I looked into it and I found sources saying that the COVID party shit is total fucking bunk.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah.
I saw this person, he posted maybe it was you actually, Paul. I don't know if it was you or maybe it was someone else, but it was you actually. They showed the headline of like 3 headlines talking about COVID parties, and then the last headline was like, there are no COVID parties. So it's like, yeah, I guess who knows, but
you don't need COVID. But it's such a stupid diversion. It's just like it's a clickbait story because people are going out enough and interacting enough. You don't need these parties to spread the disease. So it's just kind of absurd.
We know because it's happened that people that have had this disease can catch it again.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily work like most viral responses work. We've got documented evidence in China and here in the United States of people diagnosed with COVID, released COVID free, and readmitted with COVID again.
Yeah. Which kind of undercuts the idea of herd immunity, by the way.
Exactly. We don't know enough about this disease yet to know that a fucking vaccine is even going to be useful, let alone that they're going to be able to actually synthesize one that works. So we're this whole out of the woods kind of mentality that we're getting from some of these stories about possible vaccines. I'd take that with a heavy dose of meat.
And that's just to make people feel better. That's what that's for.
So yeah, I guess this is only a video, so let's kill the cameras here. But Portland mayor demands removal of camouflage-clad agents detaining protesters. We've all heard about this, I'm sure.
Yep.
Mr. President, federal agencies should never be used as your own personal army.
Wrong.
Camouflage-clad officers have used tear gas in crowds.
What are you doing?
Portland, Oregon.
How do you sleep at night?
Can you pause it?
Yes.
So there was a lot of speculation when this video came out about what exactly was going on with this. And I've heard two theories on it. And I think one of them is actually more correct. So this guy, you can see he's swinging a pole with this smoke.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying this is tear gas dispersal. Mm-hmm. And it very well may be. This may be just a really like a way to control the dispersal of the tear gas in a way that they can't throw a grenade back at you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it also is obscuring the vision of the people on the street so that the police can advance and push them back. And I really think that's what it is. I think it's just
a smoke screen, basically.
Yeah, it's a smoke screen. It's a thick smoke that is supposed to obscure how many police there are and where they are tactically so that people are just naturally going to be like, oh, fuck, backing off to push them to another area.
Gotcha.
Sure.
The videos, the pictures, the experiences that we're all witnessing.
Yeah, that does. I mean, it does lay down some pretty thick fucking cover
Here in Portland should be shocking to all Americans. The words and actions from President Trump and the Department of Homeland Security have shown that this is an attack on our democracy. Over the past week, President Trump has used our city as a staging ground to further his political agenda, igniting his base to cause further divisiveness, and in doing so, endangering Portlanders. Let's be clear. This is not political.
Pause it again. These smoke dispersal. I'm sorry to focus on these, but I find this really interesting because I've never seen it before. You know,
yeah.
Like this, you can see here that these smoke dispersal machines are doing way more to obscure the advancing officers than they are to coat the people, and the people are just being kind of forced back by the cloud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably just because they're afraid it might be tear gas, but it's really doing more tactically to obscure the numbers and formation of the police officers.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right about that. I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously.
Yeah,
but
nobody knows for sure.
But that does seem like a pretty cogent idea.
We do know, I have seen evidence from Portland that they are using CS gas grenades.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the canisters and shit. People have been
they've been tear gassing it.
They've been using CS tear gas in Portland, but I just don't know. Like this tactic here is especially interesting to me because I haven't seen it before from these riot police. Maybe it's been used elsewhere, but I have not seen this before. And I'm not sure what it is.
This is far more dangerous than that.
There's tear gas.
There's the actual tear gas.
Yeah, and on top of this stuff, we also know that there's been like agents in unmarked cars grabbing people off the streets,
so there's
collecting information on them, and then throwing them out of there. I haven't heard of anyone being disappeared yet, but I have heard of people being abducted, interrogated, basically like a weird catch. Like let's fucking basically like keep tabs on you.
Tactics, and they want the news to spread. They want to see. Oh, look, they're just going to grab you off the street now. Look at that.
The first one of those videos that came out was really interesting because it had a lot of kind of strange inconsistencies about it. And a lot of people were speculating, and at this point, conspiracy theory becomes plausible at a certain level because we don't know exactly what's doing, but a lot of people were speculating that at least the first one of these abductions that was videotaped was actually an extraction. of an agent provocateur or a deep cover agent that was there to monitor the protests and riots and shit,
and make it look plausible that
plausible that he was arrested, but they were just bringing him in.
Well, you guys want to play the video? Because I mean, I know you're talking about, but people at home might.
It is. I don't know if I'll be able to find it in a time.
I'll see if I can find it easily. Hold on.
I've seen it on Twitter.
I mean, I saw it days ago. So I mean, and there's
in internet time that's like years.
But people pointed out a number of inconsistencies in it. The real like pliability of the guy just like he does. It's not like you're expected to resist, but the guy just seems like to know where to walk already. They don't even cuff him.
Yeah, I can't find it off. I can't find it on a basic search, but
go look.
I can find it for you, but you guys can go on if you want.
People can kind of look into it if they want to. I think let's see what's next here.
When you involve the military in these protests, a lot of weird shit happens because they're not open about their tactics that they use domestically, and so we don't really know.
Well,
like they extracting agents, they could be.
Yeah, I mean, some of the field manuals are available to read, actually, like counterinsurgency stuff. So we kind of know some of their tactics.
Anything that's available for us to read is not what's being briefed to these people.
Probably not
the story.
Probably not the full story, but I mean, we probably know at least some of it from that kind of stuff. And one of the things you'll read in like these manuals, though, is that some of the stuff they're doing is actually known to increase unrest. So that's kind of interesting. Like, are they knowingly increasing unrest? Maybe because they think it'll help Trump somehow. Like, oh, if we make the other side look like crazy and more fanatical, then...
Oh, no, absolutely. They've been doing this forever. Escalation is part of their tactics here. Like
because the more they escalate the other side, the more they're justified in escalating their own side.
The more their response looks justified. Look at this riot that was out of control. They don't show the footage of the fucking police officers inciting said riot by just tossing tear gas at people that were doing nothing. They show you.
I'm trying to interrupt you, Paul, but I think I found that video.
Okay, let me just.
Go look off screen and see if that's the one.
Oops, are you still there?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just I thought it might have overridden it opened in the same kind of area here.
Well, this one says it's been viewed 12.6 million times.
Is this the one here?
I think this is the one.
What are you doing? Use your words. What are you doing?
Use your words.
Use your words. What are you doing? Use your words. What is going on? Who are you? NLG will get you out. What's your name? Tell us your name.
Yeah, that might have been an extraction of an agent provocateur, honestly. I don't know. I mean, it's like...
Words, what are you doing?
He backs off.
This guy puts on the barest fucking, insinuation of somebody who's about to be gaffled up by officers.
Well, the thing
once they're on him, he's immediately pliable.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's almost like he starts walking before they even start leading him. You know what I mean?
He does. Watch.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's like he's taking the initiative to walk on his own,
Yeah, he's taking the initiative to walk in the direction that they're leading him on his own. He's not cuffed, but he continues to hold his hands behind his back like he's cuffed to give the insinuation that he is, but they never zipped him up. They never took the time to cuff him up. So his hands are just behind his back, and he's being very passively led away by these two masked up army people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is an extraction.
Who are you?
If you arrest somebody, it's most police departments have the policy you have to be handcuffed.
Well, they're not police though, so I mean,
right. As this dude is walking away.
No, I'm saying if he was a criminal suspect, like,
right,
he would have to be handcuffed.
Well, these guys are obviously not really doing due process.
I mean, come on, look at this shit, dude. This is like a fucking fucking minivan or some shit van
vehicle with Trump hats on the fucking dashboard. It's a cover vehicle. This is a cover vehicle, and they're extracting a fucking agent provocateur from the area. This is like as he's walking away. If you listen, the other protesters that are on scene ask him over and over, say your name, tell us your name so we can find out what happened to you, so we can tell people where they took you. He doesn't say a fucking thing.
Go back, TJ. That's where they're doing that.
NLG will get you out. What's your name? Tell us your name.
What's your name?
Okay, you're fine. We'll get you out.
Bro, what?
We got you, friend.
We got you.
Oh, fuck.
NLT.
You just violated their rights.
Oh. He's kidnapping people.
You just violated their rights.
I mean, look how casual it is too. Like the guy's not even in a hurry driving away. Like they're abducting someone, but he's casually. What kind of vehicle is this to make an abduction in?
Here's what happened. These people are standing in a loose, very small protest. This unmarked van pulls up across the street, and a bunch of soldiers jump out of it. Yeah. They walk over to a very particular guy in a mask amongst a group of people who are all wearing the same exact type of masks and shit. Grab him. He very placidly walks to said minivan and gets in. He's not concerned at all. And they drive away at the speed limit, obeying the traffic fucking.
I know, it's like this is like a slow motion kidnap. This guy's being kidnapped. It's like this is in slow motion. This dude didn't run. He didn't fight.
I mean, I don't even really expect him to run or fight, but I expect him to be like, "What are you doing? Like, where are you taking me? Why are you doing this? Why are you cuffing me? Why am I being taken? Where am I being taken? I have a right to." He wasn't like, he was just like, "Okay,
let me get into the fucking SS van, no problem."
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'd put up more resistance, or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be too fucking scared shitless to see two fucking soldiers coming at me, and I would just be.
What a protocol violation this is, though. They're taking a suspect into custody, right? They didn't cuff him before he got in the van.
Yeah,
they didn't search him. They didn't pat him down and make sure he didn't have a gun.
Right.
So they loaded this dude in a fucking minivan and just sat him next to everybody without a search and not cuffed.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird questions here. That's for sure. I mean, it is pretty odd. The procedure for it seems pretty strange. But on the other hand, like, this isn't the usual job of these.
No cop puts a suspect in their car with them, uncuffed and unsearched.
But these aren't cops, though, either. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, they have police.
Federal police.
If you go back, they have police. But yeah, they're federal. They're federal fucking police.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. It does seem pretty suspect.
Cops. I mean, these guys
know. These guys have all this tactical gear on. They don't have fucking zip ties or something. They're not going to restrain this guy. They're just going to be like, get on in.
Him up.
Casually drive away.
They would have made sure that he had no fucking knives or guns on him.
But I mean, like, at the same time,
in that van with
hey guys, also listen about this. If you're gonna abduct somebody, if you're gonna just pop out and grab somebody like you see in a movie, are you gonna park all the way across the street to do that? No, you're gonna pull up alongside them, grab them, pull them in, and drive away.
Yeah, but another thing is, like, if it was an agent provocateur or something, like, why wouldn't they just arrange to rendezvous somewhere else later? Like,
so they can keep them in the group.
He was needed somewhere else. He was needed in another part of the city.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know what I mean? And so
they're like, we need you to go over here at this place now.
Yeah, they're gonna drop him off a block away and see if he can stir up some shit. This group over here, too small. We're gonna take you over to the fucking area where there's like 30 or 40 people and see if you can get somebody to throw a brick through a window.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what's going on.
I don't know. It's pretty.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do agree that the video is strange and
it is odd. It
doesn't really seem to add
that's
up.
not proof of anything, but it is very odd.
Yeah, pretty strange. I think that there's definitely, well, I can't say definitely, but it seems like there's something more going on there than the surface interpretation.
If this was just federal police gaffling up somebody to go interrogate them or something.
Yeah.
They did not follow, and I'm not some fucking expert in shit in police protocol, but they did not follow one aspect of police protocol.
Well,
they didn't call out for him to put his hands up. They didn't fucking actually cuff him. They didn't search him. They didn't cuff him before they put him in the car or search him before they put him in the car. They just sat down next to him in a minivan.
Yeah, I mean, what you would expect.
Everything about that is a violation of every police protocol in the fucking book when it comes to handling a suspect.
What you'd really expect is if they had it out for this guy, they want to capture him and do whatever. You'd really expect him to pull up right alongside him, pop out, grab him real quick, shove him in the van, and drive off.
Well, think about it. If their narrative is to be believed, if this guy is dangerous enough that it requires 3 heavily armed army people to show up and get him, where was the urgency? Where was the fucking...
Yeah, it all had a very casual air to it. Like, everyone involved knew exactly what was going on, you know?
Soldiers didn't say a fucking word. Neither did the dude they led away. It doesn't make sense. The whole video is wrong. And maybe it was just some dude getting kidnapped by the feds, but I think that this was just an agent that was getting moved to another protest area.
Yeah, or something like that. I mean, no way knowing for sure, but it is very suspicious.
Plausible deniability. Oh yeah, he was real. So he has to infiltrate this group again. He's got plausible deniability. He's got a cover story. His cover's intact. He was led away in a fucking unmarked van. No. There's something's fishy here, man. Something stinks about this video for sure.
It's not. Yeah. Anyway, you guys can speculate on that. That's all the flash fried you plebs get. I don't know. Maybe we should give them a little more because of the long banter.
Yeah, what do you think? Extra fucking long on the banter.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll give you guys a little more out of kindness, just because me and Paul decided to have a fucking who's fatter contest or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, what happens here? Why is this back?
Yeah, this is our T-shirt.
Hold on. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you went to the beginning, dude.
I don't know how it went to the fucking beginning again.
What the fuck, TJ?
What the fuck is going on? Okay, so yeah, Michael Brooks, political commentator and podcast host, dies at 36. Just a year older than me. A little younger than Paul. And
3 years younger than me.
Yep, and 3 years older than Scotty.
In way better shape than me too.
Well, apparently not anymore. So I'm going to be honest. I did not know a lot about Michael Brooks. I did do a video response to him a few years back because he said some ignorant shit about atheism, and I responded to it. And unfortunately, it was the fucking thumbnail I used for that was fucking like, I don't know, of all the things I could have done to him, I drew like cartoon X's over his eyes and shit, you know?
Yeah, that became a little.
So it was like, I'm like, this has aged poorly.
Oh, you went back and changed that.
I'm like, I'm going to change this thumbnail. I didn't expect the dude. I didn't expect no 30 fucking something year old dude to just fucking up and die. So, you know.
There was a picture of him with this old dude that was going around with a bunch of people because I've never heard anything. Maybe if I had, I don't remember him. Yeah. And it was like, oh, that old dude's dead? And they're like, no, it's the young dude. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, Michael Brooks, he was involved with TYT. He was involved with Minority Report with Sam Cedar as like a sort of like a second voice kind of guy. He had his own show, The Michael Brooks Show. It seemed like everyone who knew him thought he was a really fucking nice guy. Kyle Kalinske made a video about it where he seemed really super bummed out. What's Cenk Uger's co-host? Anna Kasparian seemed like genuinely shook, like and super emotional about this.
Young dies, and he's important to people. You know,
I mean, very suddenly too.
Yeah, and obviously, when someone that you don't even fucking expect to die just fucking up and fucking croaks I mean, like when he died, I went to his YouTube channel and I saw that the last video was posted there was like 4 hours ago. So I mean, it's like this guy, he just literally out of nowhere. I don't know exactly what the medical reasons were. They said there was some sort of sudden medical instance. Let's read the article. Maybe there's more information there. Michael Brooks, a progressive political commentator and co-host of the Majority Report podcast, died of a sudden medical condition. The show announced on Twitter Monday he was 36. Yeah, we don't know what that medical condition was at all. It's with a heavy heart that we announce the unexpected passing of Michael Brooks, a son, brother, friend, true comrade to so many. Brooks' colleagues tweeted. Their statement didn't offer details about the medical condition. Brooks was a regular co-host of the Majority Report with Sam Cedar, and in 2017 he launched the Michael Brooks Show on YouTube. Jacobin, the liberal magazine where Brooks was also a contributor, described the show as a radicalizing force for huge numbers of mostly young people who were rightly contemptuous of the political establishment, but only beginning to discover alternatives. His unexpected death shocked many in the political journalism sphere, where Brooks was a rising star known for his mischievous humor, as journalist Max Blumenthal recalled. He did a lot of impressions and stuff, and then we kind of discussed this before the show. Like, I guess the impressions were not like spot-on imitations or anything, but they were funny, and he had a lot of them, and he was funny enough
with them, so he made them work.
He was funny enough to make them work really well. And
I really knew nothing about this guy before he died. I'm not going to pretend I did.
I'm in the same boat.
I can be like, he was great. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I didn't know him.
I don't watch a whole lot of this alternative media stuff. Sure. I really like this is nothing, of course, against Michael Brooks, but I can't fucking stand Sam Cedar. I don't know what it is about him. I'm not
a big fan of Sam Cedar myself, but
not even necessarily the positions he takes. I did just there's some of he's one of those people that he rubs me the wrong way, and I don't like him all that much.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I avoided most of the shit that he was involved with, so I never really ran through him. But it sucks that
I don't really fucking hold that. Like, I don't fucking have any like actual intellectual I don't know what maybe I do have disagreements with Sam Cedar, but like I'm in the same boat where it's more of like, just kind of not for me. But
my style, but whatever. This dude was apparently, by all accounts, a pretty brilliant guy.
I was actually going to be talking. I was actually planning to do a discussion with a guy named Lance from the YouTube channel The Surfs.
Yeah,
kind of a lefty YouTube channel, and our discussion got canceled because I guess he was pretty distraught because I guess he was friends with Brooks as well. Humanist Report, who I'm kind of acquaintances with, seem pretty. I mean, like a lot of people that I know seem like they're pretty distraught about this now. But like for me personally, I didn't follow Michael Brooks. I didn't know much about him, so I'm not the person to eulogize. But I will say that a lot of people I know seem pretty sad about it, so I'm assuming he was probably pretty fucking cool and shit.
I mean,
that's kind of what position I find myself in as well.
Yeah, you don't want anybody this young to croak. That always sucks. So
yeah. What can you do though? What can you do?
Anywho, I don't have much to say, obviously, because I didn't know him and I wasn't super familiar with his work.
I don't want to speak fucking.
But nonetheless, R.I.P. To Michael Brooks. Country Time helping the littlest entrepreneurs with bailout money for lemonade stands. I don't know what kind of fucking fluff we've pulled here, but okay. Let's see. With a pandemic and a crumbling economy, it's safe to say life has given us lemons. Okay. But with strict social distancing rules, kids don't have the chance to make lemonade. The beloved lemonade brand, Country Time, has launched the economic relief program, The Littlest Bailout, to help the littlest entrepreneurs with the smallest of small businesses, lemonade stands. This is what? Okay, Paul, why did you pull this?
I just really like Country Time lemonade, and I wanted to give them a little commercial.
Okay.
Because it's tasty stuff, you know.
Go ahead. Fucking.
You think Country Time is the best lemonade, Paul?
I'm going to use this opportunity to go grab a drink that's not going to be a Country Time lemonade.
Dude,
while Paul shills for this.
Come on, dude, it's not even really lemonade.
I know it's not, but I like it.
I mean, this is what a fucking disgrace we have in our goddamn country. This is like this is the weird duality of Paul. He's like, I love Country Time. It's like lemonade. It says lemonade on there, but it ain't fucking lemonade.
It's kind of lemonade-ish.
It's a lemonade like type drink.
Yeah, it's lemonade-esque.
I'll tell you what.
Lemonade.
I used to drink this shit all the time when I was a kid. Our mom would get the Kool-Aid lemonade and the Country Time lemonade.
Country Time lemonade is it's the bomb, man. You make a big pitcher of this, you throw a bunch of ice in it on a hot day. It's a refreshing, tart, sweet, lemony goodness. And you can make like lemon slushies with it. Make a bunch of Country Time and then like slush it up. Let it get kind of frozen. That's good. You make like a little frozen Country Time.
You know what the problem with a lemonade stand is nowadays, though? Is that a lot of people don't carry cash.
Whittlest bailout. Oh,
so
thank you, Country Time lemonade.
I'm like, I don't have cash. Sorry.
Yeah, they get those. Why don't they get those little fucking phone attachments that you can scan?
Maybe that's what Country Time ought to do. Hook them up with some fucking card readers and shit.
Yeah. I love me some Country Time lemonade.
The program is offering $100.
Hey, you know what, dude? If they're reaching out to the littlest entrepreneurs in this country and giving them a little free lemonade to sell at their stands and shit, then more power to good for you, Country Time, you beloved brand. You.
It says the program is offering $100 to kids whose lemonade stands have been affected by the coronavirus.
All right, guys,
dude.
All of us have lemonade stands that have been affected, right?
Yes.
Yeah, me
for sure.
I'm gonna get paid.
Empire that was brought low.
Kids ages 14 and under can apply with parental permission through August 12th. 1,000 winners will be chosen. So it's basically just this is just a contest.
It's a giveaway.
This is not a
commercial for Country Time, which I love. And I want to give its due fucking respect, TJ.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't really drink too much lemonade. If I do, I'd probably just make fucking actual lemonade with lemons and shit. But hey,
DJ, it's too tart. You can't handle the tartness of lemonade. That's why.
If you want some bullshit lemonade from a can or whatever the fuck, Country Time lemonade for everybody.
The best you can do for bullshit lemonade from a can is Country Time.
Hey, TJ, maybe you should fucking send Paul like a big container of Country Time. I think it's loaded with calories, isn't it?
I don't know, probably.
By the way, Country Time, just go ahead and send the payment to my bank account, please.
Twitter.
What were we saying?
I was just saying that Twitter bans 7,000 QAnon accounts, limits 150,000 others as part of broad crackdown.
Trying to hide the truth, I see.
Yeah, that's the problem with this is that, you know, when you fucking, like, the Q's whole thing, right, is like there's this vast conspiracy by the deep state and the powerful elite to silence what's really going on, and then Twitter does this, and it kind of, like, in the eyes of the people who believe in this shit, lends credibility to it, doesn't it?
Isn't their central thing that there is a conspiracy involving like Obama and a bunch of political operatives to get rid of Trump?
I don't know what the QAnon conspiracy is.
Like, a lot of QAnon people feel like Trump is basically the only thing, like if there was Trump's not in office, like society would be crumbling right now.
Right, and that all these people are aligned.
Thank God Trump's in it, because
Trump is basically like Trump is basically
so
the
stable
savior in QAnon.
Yeah, that's basically. I mean, I don't really know much about what they say or believe, but
you should look into it, dude. I mean, I haven't like looked into it super heavy, but yeah, they believe some fucking.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to Wikipedia. QAnon
the show
is a far-right conspiracy theory detailing a supposed secret plot by an alleged deep state against U.S. President Donald Trump and his supporters. The theory began with an October 2017 post on 4chan, of course, by someone using the name Q, who was presumably an American individual initially, but probably later became a group of people claiming to have access to classified information involving the Trump administration and its opponents in the United States. Q has falsely accused many liberal Hollywood actors, Democrat politicians, and high-ranking officials of being members of an international child sex trafficking ring. Q also claimed Donald Trump feigned collusion with Russia to enlist Robert Mueller to join him in exposing the ring and preventing a coup d'etat by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and George Soros.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And think about the genesis, where this all began.
Oh,
4chan.
That fount of great information, 4chan.
Q is a reference to the Q clearance used by the Department of Energy. QAnoners believe commonly tag their posts, media posts with the hashtag WWG1WGA, signifying the motto, where we go one, we go all. Okay. Well, I wish I didn't read that, but all right. Twitter announced Tuesday it has begun taking sweeping actions to limit the reach of QAnon content, banning many of the conspiracy theory's followers because of problems with harassment and misinformation. Twitter will stop recommending accounts and content related to QAnon, including material in email and following recommendations, and it will take steps to limit circulation of content in features like trends and search. This action will affect around 150,000 accounts, said a spokesperson who asked to remain unnamed because of concerns about the targeted harassment of social media employees. The Twitter spokesperson also said the company had taken down more than 7,000 QAnon accounts in the last couple of weeks for breaking its rules against platform manipulation, spam, or ban evasion. The fuck is ban evasion? The sweeping enforcement action.
Like, if you've been banned from Twitter, you're not allowed, according to their TOS deck. It's like the old YouTube rules. You remember that?
Yeah. So if you've been banned on one account, you can't just go create another one, basically. Yeah. The sweeping enforcement action will ban QAnon-related terms from appearing in trending topics, and the platform search feature ban known QAnon-related URLs and prohibits swarming of people who are baselessly targeted by coordinated harassment campaigns pushed by QAnon followers. The spokesperson said that while the targeted enforcement fell under Twitter's existing platform manipulation rules, its classification of QAnon material and behavior as coordinated harmful activity was a new designation. Blah, 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 blah. Twitter plans to permanently ban accounts that violate policies and around platform manipulation, evasion of bans, Q QAnon is right-wing conspiracy theory, baseless belief that anonymous tipster is revealing how President Trump is leading a secret war against a so-called deep state, a collection of... So it's like fan fiction shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
Yeah, Trump is at war.
There's a bunch
right
of
now.
dorky fucking people that think... This is like the people who still believe Trump is playing some weird game of 4D chess against some invisible enemy in the deep state or whatever. So, okay.
The reason he appears so buffoonish in public is to mask his true war against the real enemies of human freedom.
Yes. Okay. Makes sense. Look, I don't think QAnon should be censored on Twitter because I feel like it just lends them credibility in their own eyes. I feel like all that does is they can go around now and say, "See, we're being silenced." Obviously, we have a point.
They're fucking silencing us. Twitter doesn't want the truth out there, and it lends more credence to them as something that's worth paying attention to.
Yeah, and I mean, if anything, like I was never curious about what QAnon was or what they believed until this happened, and now I'm like going,
Now
like,
they're
what?
banned.
What is it? What do they think exactly? So, what about all the people who read this headline and go read what QAnon is about and say, "Hey,
Well,
Well, remember,
that sounds like it's for me." You
it all
know?
comes back full circle. Like, yet again, 4chan pulls another great hoax on people.
it's the Streisand effect in full effect once again. Like banning something, giving it the attention and the fucking dignity of a ban. It fucking makes people curious about it, and it pushes people to fucking look into it. Now, I don't think any of us were convinced by reading through the beliefs of QAnon or whatever,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that other people won't be.
I can just tell you, I know so many people that are more on like the conservative bent who would read what I just read just now and be like, "Oh, maybe."
For sure.
Why else would they be censoring them? You know. So I don't think they should do this. I mean, I robustly think that these platforms should be more like just a free for all of shit. And does that lead to the spread of, like, I understand that it does lead sometimes to the spread of these crazy fringe fucking ideas and shit, but you literally cannot stop that now. Like that, you can't put the monsters back in the fucking box. Like the genie's out of the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. There's no putting it back.
I don't know. The problem that I have with this idea of a completely unrestricted public square is that it does allow people to propagate ideas that are dangerous to everybody.
Right.
Anti-vax shit and fucking it just kicks open the door to. Now I'm with you. I think you should be able to say whatever you want on these fucking platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But it also kicks open the door to manipulation via bots and shit. And I think that there should always
is totally happening. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that there should be robust measures against swarms of bots because a lot of these are like foreign agents.
Sure.
Like they're foreign countries that are using Twitter to push narratives that are beneficial to their country or their economy.
Well, let's remember here that at least now there's ability to compete with this shit because there's always been this sort of disinformation and misinformation and manipulation of the public. I mean, like it used to be people like, like Hearst and shit. I own all the papers and I'll print whatever's in my interest. And so people have always been manipulated by media and stuff. At least now it's been democratized to an extent that there's like some ability to compete with it.
Or like you remember the anti-communist Minutemen that we covered in the Red Scare episode?
Yes,
These
I do.
guys that were given a list of propaganda to go out and they would speak to people, and it's the same idea on social media, and there's no way to distinguish between the two.
Right. I mean, there's always been ways for propagandists to disseminate information or misinformation that is, conducive to whatever their cause might be.
Right. And I think it becomes more dangerous the farther away from, like, for our country, it becomes more dangerous the farther away from us the influence is. Like, obviously, having Russia spinning narratives in the lead up to our elections that's election tampering.
Yeah.
That's literally controlling the narrative in this country and planting false narratives in order to swing an election. We can't.
I mean, we fucking do. I mean, like, that's just fucking international politics, though. I mean, like, we've done so much to tamper in Russia's elections and the elections of other countries.
I don't think we should be.
I don't think it's so either.
Think that's part of a robust public platform because that has nothing to do with the public. That's squabbling between states.
Well, you got to remember that we're just pawns in all this, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should not be pawns in the public square. The public square should be where our power resonates, and our power is not going to be able to resonate in the public square if it's drowned out by a million fucking Chinese bots.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. It takes idiot. I mean, like, once again, the problem is just stupid people, because the public square could be resistant to this kind of disinformation campaigns, but nope.
I'll take TJ to E4. Move that piece there. Doesn't matter what you do, TJ.
You're always moving. You're always moving. You're always moving where they want. You might think you're moving against them, but you're moving right where they want you to be. There's my conspiracy theory for you.
Here's the thing. I got no problem with people having whatever stupid idea they want and saying it on Twitter.
Right.
But when they're signal boosting it to try and make it look like when they're gaming the fucking system.
Mm-hmm.
Make it look like it's more popular than it really is or more acceptable than it really is. That's something that has to be addressed if these online discussion platforms are going to be useful ways of people communicating with one another.
All right.
I think you're right about
I don't
that.
disagree. We got to move on, though. Ever lower U.S. bond yields are driving gold's relentless rally. So this is yet another sign of a flagging economy, by the way. And this is the last story for you plebs. Sorry, we got to kick you out sometime. Deepening negative yields in the U.S. Treasury market are fueling a frenetic rally in gold that's boosting the precious metal toward a record. Bullion has gained 22% this year and is within about $70 of an all-time high. And with 5-year treasuries now yielding negative 1.15% once the effect of inflation are stripped out, a 7-year low, there's little reason to expect a slowdown in precious metal buying as investors fret about the weakness of the economic recovery. Prospects for there's no recovery happening. It's not a weak recovery. There is no recovery. And in fact, it's going the other direction. Like the fact that there are people intelligent enough to be reading financial news that actually are stupid enough to believe there's a recovery going on right now are insane. And the wool has been so firmly pulled over your fucking eyeballs. You're in a delusional state, my friends. You're in a delusional fucking state.
This whole idea that precious metals are a place to hide your assets in the case of a total collapse are total bullshit. Number one, most of the people who quote unquote own gold own it on paper. If the bottom falls out, good luck collecting on that fucking actual physical resource. Number two, you can't eat gold. Yeah. So if the bottom really falls out of the economy and society as a whole, people are going to be using those fucking gold doubloons and shit that you're hoarding as skipping stones on pawns and shit. They're going to be worth fuck all because you can't eat them. You can't burn them. You can't use them as fuel.
All it is taking, because people know when times get bad, a lot of dumb investors go, I put money into precious metals. And then the sophisticated people in the market just say, okay, great. We'll buy a bunch of that now that's cheap. Drive the fucking price up and sell it to a bunch of dum-dums who think they're going to get rich too, or going to have this, hedge against, the coming times. And then they're just going to, yet again, be left fucking holding the bag. And a bunch of people are just going to take a bunch of profits. And this shit's just going to keep rallying because with the rich people still have all the money. They're just moving around like, now I'll move it into gold.
I mean, Paul's right. If the bottom falls out completely, investing in gold is not going to do you much good. But
it won't be any good.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that gold, during the Great Depression did skyrocket, and during most fucking subsequent recessions has skyrocketed. It seems like it's purely a psychological thing, but somehow whenever like shit goes wrong, everyone's like, gold. The answer is gold.
Can be a good place to move things to during economic recession. So a lot of people just make the economic decision to move it to gold, but there's a lot of people that invest in gold that have this vision of them with a pot with like a pouch full of gold doubloons walking down to the farmer's market to exchange it for chicken eggs.
Oh yeah, I definitely know those people.
It's never going to fucking happen. I know people that like an ex of mine, her dad was a prepper.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of them have precious metals.
Oh, dude, he had it wasn't like a ton, but he had a stockpile of these little gold bars and an even bigger stockpile of silver bullion. And he kept that there like he was going to trade that for something if the shit hit the fan. And it's just like nobody is going to want a fucking 100-pound brick of silver if the shit has literally hit the fan and there's no food.
Yeah, people are going to be like,
Marvin, I got silver for you.
You got any food?
Eat it? Is it silver? Can I take the wrapper off of it and it's chocolate inside there? Because if not, go on down the fucking road.
Yeah, people don't really realize that. I mean, like, yeah, there has to be at least some semblance of social stability for anyone to give a shit. Like, the problem is, and it's like the same fallacy that gets people to like support like the gold standard, like the Ron Pauls of the world, is like they think like, oh, gold, that has intrinsic value. It's like, not really. That's kind of still just like,
it's a rock.
It has value because people think it has value. It doesn't actually do anything. I mean, I guess there's
it does.
I guess it can. There's like some,
electronics.
yeah, and you can make jewelry with it, or you can use it for some electronic devices and stuff like that. So I can't say it has no uses, but in like a fucking end time scenario, it's pretty fucking useless.
Useless. Utterly and completely useless. Utterly decorative. Utterly
You can make gold bullets.
Yeah,
Garrett and beyond useless.
It's not really good for even that. Like, I don't know. You make a gold bullet.
If you shot with a lead bullet or a gold bullet, which one would you choose?
Probably a gold bullet because gold's a way weaker metal. But that you don't want a bullet. You don't want a bullet that people would prefer to be shot with. That defeats the purpose of a fucking bullet.
Not necessarily, TJ. Still does the job.
Well, anyway,
still does the job, TJ.
You can pile up all your gold and silver bars, use them as a doorstop.
And guys, it's not just gold; it's silver.
Silver and gold.
Does like silver is the one that people will buy big ass bars of and shit and keep around, and it's just like, what are you doing?
People have told me to do that. I'm like, oh god, no. Anyway, so bye plebs, gotta go.
Get out.
The show goes on, but not with you.
You're fired.
Remember, buy gold. Buy gold.
All right, now that now the plebs are gone, I just want to say look, I was fucking misleading the plebs. Gold and silver after the apocalypse, you're gonna want that shit.
Oh yeah. Patrons get it now. We're just We're trying to throw them off so that there's less competition, so they don't drive the price up.
Yeah, but you guys, since you guys are our paying customers, we want to let you know, gold and silver, that's where it's at. Get yourself some bullion.
Get it.
And we start this next segment with, wow, great news. If you're ever worried about a shark attack, you're not gonna have to worry about it soon.
Yeah, you ever seen the movie Jaws? If you were one of these people that saw the movie Jaws and you're like, oh man, that shark's pretty scary, have we got some good news for you? Study finds sharks are vanishing, and that's a crisis for humans. They literally put crisis. Yeah, man, the fucking bunch of the fucking sea life is dying. I guess that's some kind of crisis or something. Like,
or whatever.
Like, what the fuck? Why is that in quotes? That is a crisis, dipshit.
Decimated around the world. Reduced to 1/10 of their normal stock.
Off the coast of Florida, near Palm Beach, Phillips joined the team hunting for sharks, not because the predators are again in the news for all the wrong reasons. What? What is this weird shark attacks are fucking super rare events, motherfucker.
Ultra rare. Ultra fucking rare.
Sharks are not like these demons of the sea that are just looking to fucking bite people or some shit.
Be the shark, TJ.
Because in a lot of places there are too few of them for their own good. Look, I can't get over how stupid whoever wrote this article is. Because they're literally writing it from the perspective of like, sharks a good thing? Question mark. It's like, what the fuck? This is like written from the perspective of fucking like some, I don't even know. All right.
The writer of this article would like to thank the Chinese government and the citizens of China for tackling the merciless terror that dwells in the oceans by ripping the fins off these demonic creatures.
Okay.
Come on, what the fuck?
Blah, 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 blah. Over 4 years, the team has dropped the device to the ocean floor more than 15,000 times in 58 different countries for the project they call the fin print. The idea is to live the BRUV down there for an hour and see how many sharks show up. Sometimes in some places they see quite a few, sometimes none. On the almost 400 reefs that have been surveyed around the world, 20% of them we didn't see a single shark. Hythos? I don't know. Fuck, these people in their weird fucking names said, adding that the one figure in itself was a clear indicator of the problem. Caught by fishermen, sometimes accidentally, but often on purpose to satisfy the growing shark meat market, populations have crashed. In one drop that CBS News watched off the Florida coast, the pickings were slim. In fact, a loggerhead turtle seemed more interested in the free lunch than a few sharks were. By using the same setup, recording for the same amount of time on each drop around the world, the researchers have been able to draw the first comprehensive data-based conclusion about worldwide shark numbers. I absolutely think this is a crisis, Chapman told Phillips, because it's a different kind of crisis. One, the researchers have given a very special definition. What's that, Scotty?
Can we just... Dude, I'm just so sick of the word crisis, because, like, people try to use this language like, oh, people will care if I say it's a crisis, but, like, no one does. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's any fucking sharks left. Like, Shark Week will then be showing, like, just 50 years ago, these magnificent creatures existed before humanity exterminated them, like we have so many other species.
Well, don't worry. Apparently, according to this video, great white shark population's on the rise.
What the fuck, dude? Which one is it?
Blah, 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 blah. So let's see why it's a crisis. You might think, hey, let's get rid of the predators. They eat all the fish so we can have more fish. But it actually doesn't work that way. Said, I'm going to go with Hythus, joking that sharks definitely need a new PR agency given the animal's fearsome reputation. What we're really seeing is that you need to have a healthy shark population. You need to have healthy reefs, and that's going to ultimately help people too, he explained. Man, who's this article for? Like, who is still going around with this idea that, like, sharks are like the demons of the sea who do no good and are just like monsters, like raw shark?
What do you think Shark Week was about all throughout our childhood? Like, there are tons of people out there who think that sharks are just like this menace of the sea looking to bite their legs off at any moment.
Shark Week.
And they're way more likely to be killed by some dumb neighbor cleaning his gun accidentally or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's who you should fear. Your dumbass fucking neighbor. He's way more likely to kill you than any fucking shark is.
This week on Discovery, Human Week.
And yes, by the way, not to reiterate a point that was already made, but this is a quote unquote crisis that's going on. That the large ocean fish are disappearing from the fucking ocean at an alarming rate. Yes, this is a sign of the collapse of the ecology. The entire fucking planet is dying, and we've killed it. This is a result of overfishing, climate change, changing the patterns of migrations and the spawning patterns of fish and the spawning rates of the types of fish that these sharks feed on. And they're dying because of it, because we've taken all their food out of the ocean. And what we didn't take out of the ocean, we've killed with the acidity and rising temperature of the ocean. Congratulations, humanity. Another fucking wondrous beast that's literally existed since before the dawn of human time. Sharks are some of the oldest creatures on the planet. They've been around for fucking aeons. And it took us to drive them to extinction. Congratulations, humanity.
Yeah, sharks functionally extinct at 20% of the world's coral reefs as fishing drives global decline.
We just have to love it, dude. It's like we take all their food, and they start dying off. Then we're like, man, all that food we used to eat is gone. Let's eat them. It's like, all right.
It's the way it works.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it does. Humanity's pretty fucked up.
U.S. gives China 72 hours to shut Houston consulate as spying charges mount. The United States gave China 72 hours to close its consulate in Houston amid accusations of spying, marking a dramatic deterioration in relation between the world's two biggest economies.
So there's been a lot of saber rattling since COVID against China. And, you know, this is not a war that we want to have, guys, economically or like physically. We do not want like now is not. There's never a time. There's never a time for us to go to war with this fucking country in any way.
Communist Party rulers in Beijing were considering shutting the U.S. consulate in its central city of Wuhan in retaliation, a source with knowledge of the matter said. China's foreign ministry called the move an unprecedented escalation and threatened unspecified retaliation. The State Department said the move was made to protect American intellectual property and Americans' private information. Because that's totally what the State Department's about. The deterioration comes in the run-up to the November U.S. presidential elections, in which President Trump and his Democratic rival Joe Biden have both tried to look tough in response to China. Speaking on a visit to Denmark, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo repeated accusations about Chinese theft of U.S. and European intellectual property, which he said were costing hundreds of thousands of jobs. While offering no specifics about the Houston consulate, Pompeo referred to a U.S. Justice Department indictment on Tuesday of 2 Chinese nationals over what it called a decade-long cyber espionage campaign that targeted defense contractors, COVID researchers, and hundreds of other victims worldwide. President Trump has said enough. We are not going to allow this to continue to happen, Pompeo told reporters. That's the action that you're seeing taken by by President Trump. We will continue to engage in this. Republican Senator Rubio, Rubio, acting chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Oops.
Oh my fucking God.
Whoopsie daisy.
Dude, I don't want to wipe my ass with this bullshit.
Jeffrey Epstein, acting chairman of the Senate Child Protection Service.
Hey, guys.
Who's at the head of the National Healthy Eating Department?
Chris Christie.
Paula Dean, dude.
What are we talking about here? Marco Rubio is the head of the House Intelligence Committee. That's
got a big brain.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all fucking day, dude.
Describe the Houston consulate on Twitter.
Yeah. Don't you love how it admits the fact that all these U.S. corporations willingly outsourced all their production to China? But China's the enemy, guys. It's them. They're evil, not us.
Not only that,
actually did all this stuff. We're innocent.
They capitulate to China at every fucking turn, censoring shit, changing shit, and giving favorable deals to Chinese fucking manufacturers. Like, this whole fucking country sucks the tit of China.
Yeah.
So all this rattling shit is just stupid at this point. Like, if China wants to jerk the chain on this country, they can. And this is not a good time for that.
Dude, this is all just.
Let's go see a more conservative reactionary take to this.
Our benefit, dude.
This is Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire. Well, it's not really Ben Shapiro's. He doesn't actually own it. It's actually owned by some fucking, I think it's a couple of fracking billionaires that actually own it. But
yes, TJ, I actually do have an ownership stake in the company.
Sure, I'm sure you do. U.S. forces closure of Chinese consulate in Houston. Video shows classified documents being burned inside. So that sounds fun. Where's this video? There you go. This video shared with us by a viewer who lives next to the Consulate General of China in Houston shows fire and activity in the courtyard of the building. So they're like, oh shit, they're shutting us down. Burn this shit quick. Let's take a look. I guess we should probably kill our cams. Me and Scotty, anyway. Paul's is already dead. Let's see if it'll play. A lot of times these Twitter videos don't like playing when they've been embedded on a page for a minute. Oh, it's playing. Oh, yeah. They're burning shit, all right.
Manila envelopes strewn all over the ground.
Yeah,
it's like
burning all the payoffs they have made to the Trump administration. You gotta burn those. Gotta burn that evidence for the administration real quick.
Oh my God, they're just like, we gotta fuck. They're burning a lot of shit. They're like, oh.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a total fucking purge of any information that's in this place. This place is gonna be fucking empty when they leave it.
Surprised they didn't just burn down the whole fucking building.
Yeah, why not?
Oh shit, the firefighters are there. They're like, uh-oh. Yeah, you better
got big burn barrels.
You better burn all that shit quick.
Throwing documents in there.
Just throwing it in the fire.
Oh, that's hilarious shit, dude.
Oh, God bless the Chinese, man. I love them. Let's see I don't really care what Daily Wire has to say. I just thought the video would be funny. But I guess I can read some of what Daily Wire spins on this. All right, so this is all just the facts. When does their spin start? Probably down here. Okay, the Chinese Communist Party is a criminal entity that is pursuing a campaign of intellectual property theft, thief, okay, economic espionage, cyber intrusions that target business, big and small, all across the country, and our academic research institutions, FBI Director Chris Wray said last month. And it's everything from Fortune 100 companies to startups. It's agriculture, it's high tech, it's aviation, it's healthcare. As I said before, it's our academic research institutions. There's not a country that presents a broader, more comprehensive threat to America's innovation, to economic security, and to our democratic ideas than China does, Ray told Fox News. Just to give you some context for that, just as we're sitting here having this conversation, the FBI has over 2,000 active investigations that trace back to the government in China. The FBI is opening a new counterintelligence investigation that ties back to China every 10 hours, Ray added. So you put some of those things, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. China's criminal theft of American intellectual property is estimated to cost the U.S. economy up to $600 billion per year. Attorney General William Barr unloaded on communist China. This idea that China is communist at this point is pretty silly, by the way. I know that they still call themselves the Chinese Communist Party, but you know, China's communist like we're a democracy. You know what I mean?
They're a fascist corporatocracy now.
Yeah. So like this idea that China is still communist in any way, shape, or form is pretty fucking absurd.
They're hyper America. They're us without any even vague insinuation of a Bill of Rights.
Yeah, they're us without the fucking LARPing.
Right. Yeah, without the dressing, the window dressing, like, oh, look at that.
We're not evil.
and that's why they're such a problem, because as it stands right now, they're on track to be doing the things that we do to exploit the world better than we do them.
Yeah, well, they're good. I mean, like, just out of fucking like China adopting our way of life or something very similar to it, while being a country with a population that's fucking far in excess of our own is obviously a threat to us.
It's not our way of life. It's like some kind of hyper mutated version of our way of life.
Yeah, but it resembles more our way of life than it does communism.
It's a place where there's no question of there being no labor rights, where you can be worked to death, where the almighty fucking yen rules all. And that's it.
Isn't the yen China? Isn't the yen Japanese?
Isn't it Chinese as well?
Is it? I don't know. What is China's currency?
Is the Japanese currency.
Chinese.
What is the Chinese currency? The
Zhangdonggao. Sorry, that's racist.
I thought it was the Chinese yen.
Yuan.
Yuan. Okay.
So it's yen and yuan.
Probably the same fucking word.
Probably. I don't know. We're obviously no experts, but
fuck no, I don't know.
Well, speak for yourself, TJ.
Yeah.
I know everything there is to know about Asian culture and history.
Me too. Mugu Gai Pan.
Yeah. Cream of some young guy.
Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your Coke. You know, I know.
Favorite dish, cream of some young guy, dude. If you never
cream of some young guy?
Yeah, cream of some young guy, yeah.
All right.
General So, he makes some good ass chicken. I know all about China.
Arms industry, gun buys up 95%, ammo sales up 139%, sales to blacks
jump
58%.
Gun sales up, good. Ammo sales up, better.
It's time for some gun laws, y'all.
Gun control, gentlemen.
Listen here, I used to be firmly against gun control, but
it's time for some gun control.
Recently,
y'all.
I have seen some startling statistics that have changed my position.
Nobody needs an arsenal.
The gun industry has never seen anything like 2020. Who has? This year?
It's not just
peasants in the fucking 15th century.
Yeah, maybe. Explosion in sales driven by the concerns over rising crime, protests, coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is, there has never been a sustained surge in firearm sales quite like what we are in the midst of. The National Shooting Sports Foundation, an industry trade group, said in a report shared with Secrets, new sales and customer data collected from gun stores are even more shocking than the latest historic level of FBI background checks for purchases, security clearance, and concealed carry permits. Here's an infographic that kind of details a bunch of this. Total sales of firearms, 87% of retailers saw an increase in firearm sales during the first half of 2020. 92% of retailers saw an increase in ammunition sales during the first half of 2020. 95% average increase in sales of firearms during the first half of 2020. 139%. That's the ammo one. Here's the demographics.
Ammo has gone way the fuck up.
To the best of your knowledge, during the first half of 2020, what was the overall demographic makeup of your customers? This is asking gun stores. White, say 55.8%, and this is male and female is what the blue and red are. Black 9.3% to 5.4% for black women. Hispanic 6.9%, Hispanic men 2.2%, Hispanic women 3.1%, Asian men 0.7%, Asian women. You Asian ladies need to fucking get with the guns. Step up your gun game, girls. So for any demographic that you had an increase, please specify the percentage increase. Average percent sales increase retailers reported during the first half of 2020. So there's a 51.9% increase in white gun sales, a 58.2% increase in black gun sales, a 49.4% increase in Hispanic gun sales, and a 42.9% increase in Asian gun sales.
And guys, you have to remember too, these are just like above board. Like, let me go to a gun store and buy a gun and go through the whole process.
Right.
Where like you go to a gun show, we already know there's private party loopholes. Like I can just go buy a gun from somebody. I don't have to fucking do any paperwork. We exchange cash. So if it's up this much by legitimate means, the black market means are probably fucking booming as well.
Fucking men. I loves me some guns.
There's a lot of money in guns, TJ. Let me tell you.
No,
a lot of
you're
money
right.
in
You're
death,
definitely
boy.
right. Kanye West deletes overnight tweet about divorcing Kim Kardashian. I saw these tweets as they were happening. He's been like doing this thing where he'll tweet storm all night, and then he'll wake up the next morning, think better of it, and delete a bunch of them.
Okay, so Kanye West is bipolar.
Yes,
and not just bipolar; he's severely bipolar, and he's having a rapid cycling manic to depressive episode right now. And like he's going through this in a very public way. And it's kind of like one of those, it's a touchy thing for me because on one hand, he's acting like a fucking asshole. But on the other hand, he's fucking mentally ill. Like he's out of control. He's in an environment that has led him to believe that he's the ultimate authority on everything because he's got all the money in the fucking world. And he's suffering because of it. And the people that live around him are suffering because of it. Like, I'm no fucking huge fan of Kim Kardashian, but living with a person who is unmedicated and rapidly cycling bipolar has got to be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. And not only that, I've definitely seen people, though, who have issues with mental illness who do not like that Kanye's reprehensible, weird behavior is constantly blamed on mental illness. They're like, it's
not blaming it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it as blame. I see it as a fucking acknowledgement of what mental illness does to some people and how it particularly affects somebody that has the power and influence of Kanye West. Cause he's going through things that a lot of bipolar people, it's never national news when they have a fucking crying fit.
Right.
No.
But it is for him.
So he has to deal with not only going through this, but seeing it play out in front of his face and not being able to control it. It's fucked up. It's not like funny. I see a lot of people treating this like it's funny. I see a lot of people.
Some of it is kind of funny, honestly.
And I don't think it is. I don't think somebody fucking having a mental episode in public is funny.
I mean, maybe not the mental episode itself, but some of the stuff he's saying is pretty funny. But we'll talk about it. So I was
Well,
actually.
TJ, you're definitely the person that stops at the train crash and goes, "Damn, look at the bodies."
I mean, like, he's tweeting some wild shit. I mean, what do you want from me?
Yeah, I think Paul's saying if you understand like the nature of bipolar people, like they go through these episodes where it's like they have a very hard time controlling these impulses.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not even a very hard time.
what is the excuse of the fucking thousands of people in his comment section cheering him on and agreeing with him then? Like, what's their excuse? Are they all bipolar? Or are they just fucking retarded?
Oh no, but a lot of people are just sycophants.
Think about this, TJ. This is why this isn't funny to me, because those people that you're talking about that are in his mentions cheering this on are just wanting to watch the dumpster fire. They're not taking into account that he's a fucking human being that's struggling with something.
Well, that's why I tweeted a few days ago that all the people encouraging him are pieces of shit. And by the way, I extend that to Dave Chappelle, who went and visited him the other day. As much as I like Dave Chappelle's comedy, the fact that he went and fucking like cheerled for Kanye here, pretty lame.
Yeah, no, this is the dude is sick and he needs fucking help.
Kim Kardashian addresses the divorce. Okay, so here's what he said. I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform.
Meek Mill, a rapper.
Yeah. The Grammy winner wrote, and he put prison reform in quotations, kind of insinuating that she was like really fucking him or whatever. Meek is my man, and he was respectful, he added. That's my dog. Kim was out of line. While West did not elaborate further before deleting the tweet entirely, he was seemingly referring to a criminal justice summit attended by Kardashian and rapper Meek Mill in November 2018.
So he's what I'm getting from that is he's insinuating that she tried to get with Meek, and
Gotcha.
Meek was like, "Hell no, I'm not gonna fuck Kanye's girl." And then he told Kanye about it.
In a subsequent tweet, the Jesus is King rapper referred to his mother-in-law Kris Jenner as Kris Jong-un. West then alleged, see, it is funny. West then alleged both she and her wife recently sought a 5150 on him, a California welfare code for allowing people who may be a danger to themselves to be placed in involuntary hold. I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, probably not.
The Kris Jong-un shit in a vacuum is funny, but the fact that he's using that as a way to defer the fact that his family is trying to get him taken to a facility and get help, probably like they're not going to do that to him unless he's way the fuck out of control. Like they
Which
don't.
He's obviously is.
Benefit Kim Kardashian or the Kardashian family or the fucking Kanye brand at all if Kanye is hauled away. The only person that it benefits is hopefully him getting medicated and getting stabilized and shit because he's having a fucking meltdown.
Kim was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like that. The movie Get Out because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday, West said in a tweet Monday, which he has also since deleted. If I get locked up like Mandela, y'all will know why, he wrote. In a separate tweet, which too have been deleted, West appealed directly to Jennifer and his wife, urging them to contact him at his ranch in Wyoming. He's also stated, that he there was a tweet, they keep getting deleted, but there was a tweet the other day that he was like, everyone knows the movie Get Out is about me. Everyone knows that's about me.
He's paranoid. He's got fucking delusions. He's making these fucking inferences in popular culture because he genuinely has like a megalomania that comes with his mental illness. And he is like literally going fucking nuts in front of everybody. There's a group of people cheering him on. There's a group of people just reveling in it and enjoying the dumpster fire. And there's a group of people that just want to make it a big joke. And then there's a group of people that claim it's all fucking fake.
Yeah, just like publicity for an album.
The brand of this person at all that his whole family wants to lock him up because he's acting so fucking crazy. Like it doesn't.
There's the thing about Kanye, and I'm no fucking psychologist, and I don't know what the fucking psychological term for this is, but it's pretty obvious that he just has like this mentality of everything that's happening in the world somehow pertains back to him. Like he's got this real, I am the linchpin of reality. Everything going on is about me. The movie Get Out is about me. I'm like Mandela. I'm the next fucking Picasso. Whatever the
he's
fuck.
Come to the philosophical point of hard solipsism, and he just can't get over it. He's like, I don't know. Maybe it's all just me.
Narcissism, delusions of grandeur, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to diagnose the guy beyond what is already out there publicly about
which
his
is
diagnosis.
bipolar for sure. We know he's bipolar.
His bipolar disorder is publicized and confirmed.
But I mean, it seems like there's more going.
But bipolar is often comorbid with other mental illnesses, particularly personality disorders. So he could have paranoid personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder.
Here's the thing. They tell people, now if he does have something like that, they do tell people that, like, if someone has delusions, the worst thing you can do is agree with those delusions.
Yes.
It can be tempting to do that because it's like, oh, you want to placate them. You don't want them to, you don't want to argue with someone who's like crazy or whatever.
Right.
But it's bad to do that. But
because
in the case, right.
Delusion.
But in the case of Kanye West, literally every psychotic, insane, weird thing he tweets, you look at the comments, Slay King, you tell him, oh, Kanye on fire tonight. Kanye, you speaking the truth, brother. Keep speaking that truth.
If you want my opinion, this is affluenza.
Yeah.
This is literally something that most people that have bipolar don't have to deal with. Now, they all have their own personal fucking problems to deal with. Some deal with them, with medication and therapy, and some don't deal with them at all. And it's hell for everybody. But these people that have these problems do not have an army of sycophantic fans backing up every delusion. Not only that, but people, big names you just mentioned. Fucking what the fuck is Dave Chappelle doing signal boosting this dude when he's literally having a meltdown and his family's going through crisis because of it? Like, why would you do that? Why would you encourage that? Why would you reinforce his delusion by adding your strength to his during a time where he clearly believes he's the center of everything? He's having a fucking break with reality.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know Dave Chappelle has had his own struggles with mental illness. I don't know exactly what Dave Chappelle said to him when he showed up there, but it seemed like when I see pictures of, like, Dave Chappelle, like, yeah, and, like, he's standing next to Kanye smiling, and Kanye's like, Dave Chappelle came and, he's my friend and all this stuff, and, like, I feel like if Dave Chappelle went there and told Kanye what actually needed to be said, Kanye would be like, fuck Dave Chappelle on his Twitter. He wouldn't be like, yeah, Dave.
I mean, I don't want to put anything.
I don't want to. I guess I don't want to speculate too much, but
maybe he tried. Maybe he tried in the best way that he could. I can't imagine Dave Chappelle, especially suffering from his own mental problems, would go and totally reinforce a guy that's destroying his life and his family. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we don't know what happened privately. So.
We don't know what he said to him, but he clearly should have gone and tried to make this a private fucking visit and not tweeted about it and shit like that. If you really care about the dude, the less that this shit is in the public eye, the better. And he's still going to listen to you if you don't tweet about it. So go show up. You're one of the few people in the world that can go show up and get an audience with fucking Kanye West. Don't publicize it if you really care about the fucking dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, West was the one that publicized it, so I don't know.
Really bad, because honestly, I'm not trying to excuse the way he's acting. He's acting like a fucking total asshole. And on a certain level, I don't like people making excuses or using their mental illness as an excuse. Like, that's something that has always rubbed me the wrong way as a dude that suffers. When I fuck up, I try and just go like, I fucked up. I'm not the kind of guy that goes, I was too depressed, or I was too fucking this, or I was too that. I soldier forward. I do my best. I have my bad days and my good days. And, I try not to blame my personal behavior on that shit. But to a certain extent, there are people that are iller than me. Like, there are people that have...
Sorry.
Damn, TJ, what the fuck, dude?
I was looking through Kanye's timeline trying to find
like, whoa, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying there are people that struggle harder than I do and that have less control over their mental illness than I do. And Kanye is one of those people. Bipolar disorder is no fucking joke. I don't have anything that I can even compare to it. I have horrible crippling anxiety and depression, but it's nothing like bipolar disorder. Bipolar is horrible, and it destroys your relationships. It destroys your mind. It destroys your family. Destroys everything in your life if left unchecked, and it's beyond unchecked in Kanye's life. He doesn't have a single fucking person other than probably Kim.
I just feel like when you do
And even people,
When you get- when you-
people that get treatment for it, Paul, a lot of people still, it's still a huge battle in their life.
There's no cure.
Even if Duck and Dave Chappelle showed up there trying to do some kind of good in this situation, like Kanye is like basically putting it out there as like, look, Dave Chappelle doesn't think I'm crazy. Thank you, Dave, for hopping on a jet to come see me doing well. Dave, you are a godsend and a true friend. All love, little bird there. So I mean, like he's still.
I mean, Dave didn't fucking publicize it, but he stood there and fucking did this video.
I mean, he's framing. I mean, Kanye is using this to his advantage of framing it like, look, Dave Chappelle doesn't think I'm a nut.
Let's watch this video and see what kind of support he's getting.
I don't know what's going on here, so let's take a look and see what the fuck is going on.
Dave, can you please just make us smile? The world needs some, we need some joy, some smile. Right? Yeah, we need a smile.
Brotherhood is real. Love is real.
Wait a second, I'm still not smiling, bro. I
was trying to think of the punchline.
We need some kind of some joke, something like just something to like lift our spirits.
Brought Dave Chappelle out to like do that fucking thing that everybody hates that does this type of job. Like, do that joke, man.
Say something funny.
Hey, turn on that camera over there, Dave. They came to visit me in my time of crisis. Why don't you be funny for everybody and just legitimize my fucking whole meltdown here, Dave? Look at that look on Dave's face right now. He's just hating this. He wants the video to be over, and it really shouldn't have started in the fucking first place.
I don't know, dude. I'm just here chilling.
Like, I'm just here because you're fucking have a meltdown in public, bro, and your whole fucking marriage is falling apart, and you're being crazy, and I'm worried about your mental health, and I'm trying to help you, bro.
Cup of coffee, nigga. All right, let me think of a good joke.
Damn. Uncomfortable.
This is awkward as shit.
We need Dave, we need
He literally is walking off.
Dave's like, I need another drink.
Okay, what are you gonna do, Dave?
We need you. But nah, get this picture. Come over here. Get this picture.
What's going on now?
We need you.
I don't know.
Here's another enabler
One, just give us something.
or employee.
To lift our spirits, Dave, please.
Uplifting joke. Now, you know I don't write them.
Okay. What we gonna do then? That was good right there. That was it. Couldn't even laugh. Because the people always be like having these pictures.
This is really uncomfortable.
Fucking uncomfortable.
This is uncomfortable and sad, and like there's like a giant elephant in this room that's not being acknowledged, and everyone there is clearly aware of it and uncomfortable.
This is a fucking weird collection of one genuine smile and about 6 fake plastic ass smiles.
Yeah, Kanye, good buddy, you doing real good, man.
That are masking like tremendous fucking concern for this dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Although Kanye looks pleased as goddamn punch to be going out of his fucking mind. He's having a nice little manic episode right now, sir. It's all love. It's all good. Yeah, brother. Thank you for the fucking enabling. Thank you.
You've enabled well today.
Oh God, dude.
Weird illusions, my friend. Thank you, Dave Chappelle, for coming here.
Oh man, dude. Whoa.
Yeah, what a mess.
Shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And there's very few voices out there talking about compassion for fucking Kanye, and like that kind of sucks because he's clearly not having a good time.
Oh
right
man, that is sucking. Oof, man. The
uncomfortable doesn't even begin to fuck it. That should be at the top of our cringe if it isn't already.
Oh
like,
man, dude.
That was tough to watch.
I have to agree, man.
That
like, well, you know, it's like just putting someone on the spot to be like, tell a joke, make people laugh. It's like that's not how it, that's not how it's done.
And just like the whole, I mean, like everyone there, like I just felt like it felt like he was dying, and like no one in the room wanted to acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like some really awkward happened in the group, and everyone's kind of just trying to be like, "Ha, it doesn't matter. It's all good.
It's all
you know
good.
I mean?
Everything's good.
Kanye isn't crazy. He's fine. He's fine.
You good, Kanye? You good? You're doing good.
Yeah, Kanye. Yeah, love, brother.
I think I think you're right though, Paul. In a lot of social settings, we all say like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to have this real." It's like, a lot of times when you're confronted with that, in your actual own life, a lot of people are not going to go that way. They're just gonna be like, "All right, man." Like they might not agree with the delusions. You'll probably just be like, "Okay."
We
like,
got I don't want to belabor this because I know we got a lot more stories to get to, but we have a mental health crisis in this fucking country. And we've got a very prominent member of our country, a very prominent figure in our country going through a fucking total mental health crisis right now.
Absolutely.
And there's a huge segment of our population that's treating it like a popcorn moment. And there's a smaller subset, but an even more horrible segment of our population that is enabling it and egging it on and trying to push it further and further. And the consequence is the life of Kanye West and his wife and their little daughter, who are all wrapped up in this shit. This is fucked up. And anybody making fun of this, it's fine to fucking, like, I agree with you, TJ. That fucking, what was it? What did he tweet? Jong-un or something? Yeah, that was okay.
Certain things about it are funny. I mean, I don't think it's wrong to see some humor in it.
I don't think we're laughing at the state of his life and his mental health.
But I'm not laughing because he's sick. I'm laughing at some of the things that are coming out of his mouth. But I realize they are the result of fucking sickness. So I don't know. Maybe
that joke was told as a way to defer the fact that his family's trying to have him committed because he's having a meltdown.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to move on. But in fact, I mean, this show's going to go a little long. I think we're just got to accept that this one's going a little long. What?
Want a drink? I'll get you a drink, TJ.
Yeah, this one's going to go a little long. New Jersey. What's that?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
New Jersey Starbucks worker accused of spitting in law enforcement officer's drink. 21-year-old spit in the cop's drink at a Starbucks in New Jersey. Kevin Trejo of Westwood was charged Monday with subjecting a law enforcement officer to contact with bodily fluid, knowingly tampering with a cup of coffee that was ordered by an officer, and creating a hazardous and dangerous condition. Was not immediately clear how long he allegedly contaminated the drinks of officers at the Starbucks in Park County, or how many had been affected, or why Trejo targeted officers. He's been fired, of course. Investigation by police and Starbucks officials reveal evidence of the vile act.
I don't think it's a mystery as to why he did it.
Yeah, there's the motivation is completely clear.
Motive, like they're cops.
Yeah, there's a lot of anti-cop sentiment in this country. Most of it deserved. I don't think anyone should be spitting in anyone's drinks at a Starbucks. This is a federal crime for a reason.
Wait, but I think we understand the motivation is what I'm saying.
The motive is not unclear. This individual's behavior is reprehensible, blah, blah, blah. I don't whatever. That's
the PR statement.
Yeah, I obviously don't support this, but, I don't really, cops, whatever.
I mean, I don't support fucking with anybody's food.
Yeah, I can't get behind it.
I don't know what kind of fucking evidence they have of this happening, but we got to keep in mind that cops hoax this shit all the time.
Yeah.
So they've been caught red-handed multiple times trying to hoax this, like, they fucking discriminated against me because I was a cop.
Hey, in what chain?
I wouldn't put it past them to fucking have a problem with something this kid said or did and just be like, yeah, we're going to say he fucking spit in our drink and we saw him do it. And so I don't know what the particulars are of the case or what proof they've got, but that narrative is not dead in my mind. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'll say this. Starbucks and the police have had a very tense and fraught relationship. They have a lot of Starbucks employees that don't want to serve cops.
Right.
I would not be surprised. And I mean, a lot of conservatives had their problems with them too, because about the Christmas stuff. So it's kind of a contentious. It's more like a liberal company. So I definitely could see someone pulling some shit like that. But I mean, maybe it was as obvious as there was a huge loogie right when they like. Oop.
Or maybe they've just got him on camera spitting in a drink or something.
Yeah, I mean, he might have got caught on a security cam.
We ain't seeing that though. We're just hearing this fucking insinuation that he did this.
Well, did Starbucks say that they say, oh, he did it, or what? I mean, what have they said? They have footage.
They said they fired him, so they must accept that this happened. I mean, they wouldn't.
I guess there's good evidence because they're saying this individual's go up a little bit, TJ.
Sorry. Individual's behavior was reprehensible. Yeah, I already tried to read that a little bit.
Not all of our partners. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it seems like he probably did it.
Says they thank the store managers for cooperation. Appears to be an isolated incident for this guy. Only concern is officer safety. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They probably got it on tape. I mean,
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Whatever. Like,
maybe not. I mean, but you know, if there's evidence of it, then that's different. But
the reality is they're probably not going to bring charges unless there's some kind of evidence.
I wouldn't put it past fucking Starbucks to fire the dude based on a fucking allegation. They're not the greatest fucking company in the world or whatever.
No,
like if cops come and say this dude spit in my drink, there's a good chance he's probably
you worked at Starbucks. Would they have cameras that would capture that if that happened?
It depends on where he did it. Like there are cameras on the points of sale, or at least there were when I was working there. It may be changed now. There were cameras on each point of sale, which included partially where the drinks were made, but most of the bar where the drinks are made were not like heavily camera featured. You know what I mean? The cameras were on where the money was exchanged to make sure people weren't stealing.
Well, I mean, also another question too is like, I mean, yeah, unless the guys took the drink into the back or something. I mean, it can be kind of obvious if you're in the middle of a Starbucks and went.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like everybody at where I worked knew where you were on camera and where you weren't. Like the back room, you're not on camera, and it's not like heard of for somebody to have like a bunch of drinks and carry them back there to grab something real quick and then give them to the customer. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's possible.
And so he could have took it in the back and spit into it, but in that case, they would have no fucking evidence. They say themselves it's unclear which officers were exposed, so they don't even have the alleged drinks that had the loogie in them, because then they would know which officers for sure had been exposed. So, you know what? I'm not trying to spin some conspiracy narrative, but I've just seen too many cops caught with their pants down trying to pretend that there's some kind of cop discrimination going on.
Right. But I mean, the fact is, I mean, there probably would not have been charges brought against this guy unless there was some kind of actual evidence that he did this.
Oh, yeah, because the cops have never brought charges against somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, typically, you know, you're not going to want to go to court and then lose this case because that's going to hurt your cause.
This kid will fucking settle. This kid will get a public defender because he can't afford a fucking high-priced attorney, so he'll get a public defender. This ain't going to court. There's no legal exposure for Starbucks.
He's gonna take a fucking plea deal.
He'll plea out and he'll serve some time in prison or whatever, and he'll get probation, and that'll be that.
Yep.
And if he didn't do this, he gets fucked with a criminal record.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they were trying to fucking, I mean, I feel like if they were trying to win a case against me with literally zero evidence, I probably would fight it even with a public defender. But I don't know. Maybe this guy won't.
I mean, maybe some shit will come out about this down the line. Maybe there is video. I mean, if he fucking hawked a loogie in front of a fucking camera, he's stupid.
Yeah, he's a moron.
Let me see if I can find more about this.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's the dumbest employee ever. But like everybody at every store that I worked at knew where you were on camera and where you weren't. So
let's see if I can find I wish I could see if I can find the actual evidence against this guy. So this is from.
I mean, does this video include any fucking evidence of?
I don't know.
All I see is this mug shot and shit being shown in these.
I'm assuming the video probably doesn't contain evidence. The article doesn't, but let's see.
See if you can find any corroborating information. I'm just saying, dude, I don't trust the fucking police. Their narrative on.
I don't blame you, man. But who knows? Maybe they have, like, see, that's the problem with these articles too, because a lot of times they mention someone's being charged, but they don't mention like there's a mountain of evidence against them. Right. It's like we don't fucking know.
Even Starbucks was vague. It was just like, yeah, you know, we repudiate these reprehensible actions, but they didn't mention any fucking evidence.
So the only evidence I'm finding when I'm looking at this is that apparently he went around bragging that he was doing this. But okay. It's possible he would have. I mean, like, it's possible he could have gone around saying I spit in cops' drinks and doesn't actually do it. He might just be trying to be edgy.
We used to fucking make jokes like that all the time.
Right. So I mean, like, you know, if that's all they got, then this guy, I don't think that's enough.
So the evidence against him is that he made an edgy joke while working at a Starbucks. Well, you better go fucking get the handcuffs ready, because every Starbucks in America has got at least 3 or 4 edgy joke makers working on the staff. That's how
the cops must have heard it, Paul.
It's a fundamental people deal with the fucking psychological degradation of working a front-facing customer service position that drains your soul out of your fucking face every day. Yeah, we make some gallows humor. We go like, you know what we should do? We should spit in these fucking cops' drinks. But we don't do it usually. Mostly because we're on camera.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if all they got on him is that he was bragging about it, that's not enough.
I mean, who knows?
Bullshit.
Who the fuck knows, dude?
And they don't even got
evidence presented to us.
hearsay. Unless they've got him bragging about it on tape, it's fucking hearsay. So this could be any fucking planted story. Any cop could have said he overheard it.
Well,
any person in the fucking Starbucks that's got beef with this kid could have fucking been like, oh yeah, I heard him say he was gonna spit in a drink. Yeah, I don't buy this fucking story. I don't like this. Stinks like police fucking shenanigans to me from top to bottom. This is a ploy from the fucking police to get sent. All these poor officers got to get COVID tested. Which ones? We don't know because we don't actually have a drink with any evidence of spit in it.
Yeah, I want to see the fucking drink, dude. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, if these cops had looches in their fucking drinks, test these fucking drinks, man. Find these cups and see if there's any looch in it.
Yeah, take him down to the station, do a fucking swab.
I would imagine,
oh shit, dude, the loogie matches your DNA.
If they were trying to actually prove this, I'd imagine that's probably what they would do or should do at least. Is like, okay, we'll put a planted cop right there. If he spits in the drink, we'll take the drink to the lab and do a swab or whatever. Where all the cops got like they were poisoned or whatever. They were bleach.
There was the milkshake story. There was the one where where somebody wrote "fucking pig" on a receipt.
Yeah,
another hope
was then found out to be the cop himself, which wrote it.
Yep.
There's been a ton of these. I'm missing at least 4 or 5 of them. There's been.
We covered a bunch of them on an episode. Like so it's. I don't blame you for being skeptical.
There was that cop that cried because it took too long for her to get her Egg McMuffin, and she was afraid they were going to spit in her fucking shit, and she went on fucking social media trying to ploy for it. This is just the cop MO. People don't like cops right now, and rightfully so, because they've turned into a paramilitary organization aimed against the populace of this fucking country. And this is them trying to go like, look at these poor cops. They got to get COVID tested now because this kid made an edgy joke at a Starbucks. Fuck you. No sympathy given. Eat a fucking fat dick with some spit in it, you dumb fucking pig. Nobody likes you. I don't condone spitting in fucking cops' food, but these fucking I don't fall for these sympathy ploys.
You ain't shedding no tears about it either.
I'm not ready to fucking spit roast this kid on the evidence of he bragged about spitting in a cop's drink once. Dude, I said some shit in Starbucks that would get me federally indicted, dude. Gotta have some fucking crazy humor to get through a soul-crushing job like Starbucks. So fuck this. Fuck these cops going to the
one time, me and TJ were at it's like a fucking California chain where it's like a Chipotle, where these cops were in front of us, and the guy's like, they made a joke to the cop, like, oh, it's a cop, go ahead and spit in it, right to the fucking cops. So it's like, who knows what the fuck was said? I mean, because if you can have one of these guys get all amped up, like, yeah, we're gonna spit in it. What's that spit tamper with? Oh my god! Full investigation. Get on the ground. You know, it's like they can fucking do that to people if they fucking get riled up enough. So I mean, I could buy it. I mean, they've done it so many times. Look, they put innocent people in fucking jail for murder. They've taken people's lives and robbed them of their lives based on bullshit. So yeah, am I willing to believe they'd lie about a kid spitting in a cup? Sure. I mean, I don't know either way. I mean, unless they have good evidence where it's like we said,
if they had good evidence, we'd be seeing it. We'd be
seeing it. I agree with you. Why would they just show it? Like, here's the employee. What's his name? Kevin Trejo spitting in the officer's drinks.
I've seen shit like this before. This does happen, and I've seen like videos of people in fast food restaurants, and that fucking evidence is like when the story comes out, that evidence is released because there's no reason not to. It clearly.
I have seen a time where a cop did get bleach in the mouth, and they showed evidence of like it happening, and then the
I'm not saying this never happened, but I'm just saying this is some paper thin bullshit, and the whole article has this aura of, man, these poor police officers just trying to get their job bugged, and they got this bit.
Man, I ain't gonna feel sorry for the police. That ain't gonna happen.
Evidence that a single drink was spit in that I've been shown, and until I see evidence of that, fuck you. And I'm not.
Fuck off. What do you think, TJ? You done with this? Done with the story?
Yeah.
Stop looking at Twitter, TJ. Stop it. TJ.
I mean, you guys are fucking going on.
Stop it, TJ. Stop it.
Yeah.
TJ.
You're supposed to participate in the conversation.
I was done with that conversation fucking forever ago.
We're putting a fucking block on Twitter on that computer when you're doing the show. Blocking it, dude.
You guys are fucking had more to say about it than I did. I thought we would just
No,
move
you know
past
what?
it real
TJ,
quick, but we had to soliloquize.
TJ, stop that. TJ, stop it.
You stop it.
You stop it.
I just wish her well, frankly. Trump sends warm wishes to accused sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell.
What a horrible soundbite to have come out of his mouth.
A reporter asked Trump if he had any comment, and I think we can. Is the video on here? We can just watch the fucking video. I guess it's not. Whatever.
There's a fucking video.
President Donald Trump horrified many viewers on his Tuesday coronavirus briefing, filled with many lies and just blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Longtime girlfriend of the late Jeffrey Epstein, who was believed to engage in decades of sex trafficking and abuse of young girls, is now in federal custody. She faces multiple charges of participating in sex trafficking with Epstein, who was also a friend of the president before they had reportedly had a falling out. A reporter asked Trump if he had any comment on the prospect of that Maxwell might turn in powerful men as a part of her case. I haven't really been following it too much, Trump said. I just wish her well, frankly. I met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach, but I wish her well, whatever it is. Okay.
You wish someone well.
Whatever it is.
Sex trafficker.
I'm more confused by the whatever it is part. Like, what do you mean, whatever it is?
Hey, TJ, if you want to unshare real quick, I've actually got the sound bite coming out of Trump's mouth here.
Unshare?
If you unshare, I'll just share my screen real quick.
Oh, sure.
Here you go. If you guys are interested in hearing what Trump actually said.
Yeah, here you go.
Definitely.
A little bit different topic, but it's one that a lot of people are talking about. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and so a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is. I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know. Not aware of it.
Wow. Rich and powerful people, and Trump just is like, well, I let the process has to play itself out. I really don't know about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know nothing about that, y'all.
I wish her well, though. He wished her well like 4 times. I just want to put it out there. I wish her well because I think he's hoping that like she won't name him if he's nice to her a little bit. So he's like, yeah, I wish her well. You know, I know that. I met her a few times, and whatever, numerous times. I wish her well.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Please don't add my name to the list of names that you're about to give the fucking feds.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if you died of suicide there. Be a real shame.
Oh yeah, she's already like the narrative has already been prepared on that shit. She's gonna kill herself or
preparative the narrative. Okay, so we got a couple more stories here.
Let's fucking dive right in, TJ. I pulled this one just to trigger you, TJ.
Yeah, and it does. Taco Bell is saying goodbye to its 7-layer burrito and other classics to make room for 2 new menu items. Okay.
I never cared about the 7-layer burrito personally. What about you guys?
I was not a huge fan of the 7-layer burrito, but I tell you what, I know what if there's any 7-layer burrito fans out there, I know what it's like when Taco Bell pulls the rug out from under you, you know?
I have gotten the 7-layer burrito on occasion. And it was pretty good, dude. Honestly, it's like not something that I got a lot, but you know how I am. I'm very particular and plain when it comes to shit. So
right,
I've had it, and it was good. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people that really liked it.
7 layers is pretty. It's pretty much 6 layers.
All right,
too
guys,
much
we gotta
for
figure out
all.
what they're fucking cutting. So starting August 13th.
So here's what they're cutting. They're cutting the 7-layer burrito. They're cutting the spicy potato soft taco, which I'm not familiar with that. But you know what?
We'll go down.
What?
2 paragraphs.
What
so
am I
starting
doing?
August, they're kind of cutting shit, dude.
All right, here's starting August 13th. You'll no longer be able to order the grilled steak soft taco, 7-layer burrito, nacho supreme. What the fuck?
Nacho supreme are going away.
They're cutting the nachos.
Yeah,
dude,
they're dead, dude.
Nachos are something that I weave in to my fucking Taco Bell order on occasion.
What the fuck? Why would you?
Damn.
That's
I'm triggered by my attempt to trigger TJ.
That's just a bitch move, Taco Bell. Beefy Fritos burrito.
Oh no, dude! Don't fucking no. Now this is a fucking tragedy.
You get one of those with your normal meal and shit, and that one right there is such a treat, dude. That fucking they're getting rid of the Frito burrito?
Dude, the fucking man, I grew up eating fucking Frito pie, dude. This is a fucking tragedy, dude. Look, I know it when I got my differences with the president and shit, man, but I'm calling on Trump. I'm calling on whoever.
All right, hold on.
They need to fucking restore justice, dude. They need to fucking restore the beefy Frito burrito.
The spicy tostada, I've never heard of that one. The triple layer nachos.
That was garbage.
The spicy potato soft taco.
Garbage.
The cheesy fiesta potatoes.
Who cares?
The loaded grillers. The cheese potato and beefy nacho. The chips and dips. And the mini skillet bowl.
I can't get the nachos anymore? The little side of nachos?
The quesarito will also be removed from menu boards, but will still be available to order digitally through that just means it's on the way out, though. That just means they're phasing it out a little slower than these other ones.
Scotty, you're right. That chips and dips is that little side, that little tiny bag of fucking chips with the little fucking dish of nacho cheese.
Yep.
Dude, fascism is here, Paul. If you needed any more fucking goddamn evidence, dude, look, you go get your fucking government issue Taco Bell, and they're like, chips and dip with that? And they're like, that has been discontinued.
Taco Bell? Taco Bell. Listen, I knew this. You know, when they came for the double-decker taco, I tried to speak up. And what did you people do? You laughed. You laughed at me. And now look what's fucking happened.
When they came for the double-decker taco, I said nothing because I was not a fan of the double-decker taco.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they came for the chips and dip, the mini beefy fucking Frito Pie-Rito, and nobody was around to speak up for me. Fuck, man, it happened again. The wheel of
You're on the wrong side of history again. TJ, I guess you're vindicated today, dude.
Taco Bell, you have lost your fucking way, man. What is going on?
What are they adding?
Who the fuck? You know what we need to do? People make the mistake of just taking it to court. We need to go directly to the fucking CEO of fucking Taco Bell.
Can we do that? Does he have an email address?
I'm finding out who this fucker is.
I guarantee you he doesn't have an email address that he reads. So
what is going on with this?
We're going to figure it out. We're going to fucking figure it out.
Crazy decisions.
We're figuring out who the fuck. I think it's Yum Brands or something.
Yeah, they're a Yum brand. I know that. So whoever's
Yum Brands names former
Brand.
Adidas. Okay, so Taco Bell has its own CEO, Mark King.
Okay, but who's the CEO of Yum Brands? Because they need to be added on the tweet too.
Yeah.
Because they are part of this.
Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put together a list of the fucking higher-ups responsible for this bullshit, and we're going to intimidate them into bringing back these beloved menu items.
I will signal boost the tweet you make and add my own criticisms, and I recommend that everybody do the same.
America needs to stay... Like, in these dark and troubled times, Taco Bell is taking away our comfort foods. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Fuck
and
you,
know,
Taco
all you got
Bell.
in return, though, TJ? You got the grilled cheese burrito. That's it.
I mean, that's fine. Grilled cheese burrito's fine and all that, but come on.
I mean, that doesn't make up for this fucking loss.
That is a paltry payment for this fucking horrible crater that they've left in their menu now.
Mark King,
what have you done, Taco Bell? The fucking Nacho Supremes? Those have been around since I was a fucking sperm swimming up my mom's fallope, dude. The Nacho Supreme at Taco Bell is something that I will add on every once in a while when I am feeling saucy.
Here's this.
What? I'm not. It's gone now.
Here's this bag of shit. Look at this. Look at this fucking pencil pushing fucking dorky ass suit.
Dude, I agree. Radical leader. It says it right there, dude. Radical fucking leader.
Too radical.
Radical ass shit that's going on in Taco Bell.
You know what? I want a conservative Republican Taco Bell leader. I don't need no radical in my Taco Bell. I don't need no fucking
big ass like casual conservative look he's got. He's wearing like fucking skate sneakers and shit. Oh my god.
Driving growth.
Envisioning cutting the menu right here. Go down, TJ. Look at him. Just envision it. Oh, there'll be less items, less choice.
What the customers want is less of what they love. What a moron. Fuck this piece of shit.
This is Mark King. Hold on. Let me read the caption on this picture. Go back up, TJ.
Yeah, sure.
Mark King describing the current size of Taco Bell before his planned cuts in the menu.
Yeah.
Damn.
Before joining, this is He was the president of Adidas, I guess.
What a
Blah, blah,
dumb
blah. Yeah. University of Wisconsin.
In his spare time, he enjoys crushing the dreams of small children.
Be in touch.
Be in touch. That's just so they can send you emails.
All right, everyone go spam this bullshit. Go to Mark King's. Yeah, it is.
This is not him, dude.
This is his website. This is markking.com.
This is not going to go to him.
It doesn't matter. He will be told.
Go to Twitter. He reads that shit.
He will be told.
Yeah, go tweet at him and say, "What are you doing? You're a radical leader. You're radical by your own admission, and you're making radically bad decisions." Yep.
This is
not him.
This is him. This is his official Twitter page. It doesn't. No one follows it. He's a CEO. He's just some CEO. No one gives a fuck about the CEO of anything.
That's why, dude. This is gonna light up. His Twitter is gonna fucking light up, dude. He's all of a sudden gonna have tons of notifications. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And he's gonna read what we have to say on Twitter.
And what's this? This
is LinkedIn.
All right. Everybody needs to go to markkinglive.com and just spam every source.
Go to his Twitter, go to his LinkedIn if you've got one of those, and
not just spam him.
Write a diatribe about
give him your grievances with these radical decisions made by this radical leader.
And obviously only our patrons are watching this right now, so we need to fucking also put out something for the plebs on this. It's time to stand up.
Yes. Maybe this end part here, because we're over time anyway. Maybe we'll cut this up and make a little pleb only section, because it is time to stand up.
It's time to stand up against this fucking tyranny, man. Fuck this bullshit. Bring back the goddamn double-decker taco. Bring back all this shit.
Taco Bell, what the fuck are you thinking?
All these menu. Bring back the double-decker taco and all the other stuff you cut, and bring back all this shit. All of it. Taco Bell. You got the ingredients for this shit. You got tortillas. You got beef. Make the shit. Chips and dips. I mean, like the little chip bag. I've been eating that shit since I was a little goddamn kid.
And I fear this. And Paul, you probably fear this. And everyone here and watching and listening fears this. This nation might get a little bit skinnier. That's something we're going to have to think about.
I don't need that shit.
The waistlines of this country might shrink a little bit, because you know what? That double-decker taco supreme sounds really good right now. Oh, they don't have it. The nacho supreme, I'll get that. Don't have it. The beef
Saturday rolls around.
Don't got it. Don't have it. Chips and dip, don't have it. We don't have any fucking thing left. What's next? Tacos are going to be gone.
Taco Bell stops the sale of tacos. Saturday rolls around. It's my cheat day. Oh, man, maybe I'll swing by Taco Bell. I go and look at the menu. It's just an empty fucking white screen. Taco Bell doesn't sell food anymore, kids. Our new CEO, Mark King, decided to take it in a new direction. We don't serve food anymore. Now we're just buildings. Fuck you, Mark King. Piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He's driving Taco Bell into the fucking ground. New CEO, bring back these menu items. Quit starving America. Hashtag quit starving America.
Dude, I humbly request that if Taco Bell regains sanity, they make us three co-CEOs of the business. Yeah. We'll turn this business around. We'll make Taco Bell a tremendous company. We're gonna fucking raise the fucking bar.
We're bringing it all back. Bringing it all back.
I mean, look, guys, the bell is cracked, dude. The bell is cracked, and the only way to fix the bell is to fucking replace it with something.
Let me tell you something
better.
Nacho Supreme and chips and dip will join hands once again with the double-decker taco. It's all coming back. The grilled stuffed burrito. You remember that one that silently went away?
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back.
Everything's coming back.
The cheesy grilled stuffed burrito that had all the cheese sauce drizzled on the inside of it. That's coming back, bitches. You put us in charge, Taco Bell will be the #1 fucking food source of America.
Done. It's done.
Yeah, every single fucking menu item that you love will be back. Every single one.
All around.
And more. TJ, and more.
And more.
Look, we're going to not always restore the menu to its former glory. We're going to be adding such great items that people are going to be having new favorites. We're going to be creating new memories, new experiences at the new and improved Taco Bell.
Hell yes.
Never getting rid of classics. Never. The Trinity.
Commitment to classics.
Beautiful menu ever. We don't cut. We just add.
Yep. Amen.
That's it.
Beautiful.
And if we find there's some sort of logistical, if someone comes to us and tells us there's a logistical issue with having too many menu items, we will fire that fucking person on the spot.
Fire that loser. Get out of here.
Let's make every Taco Bell in the country 2 stories and put a second kitchen in then. What are we even talking about here, boys? Get out of the way of our vision and make it happen. Don't tell me there's a logistical issue with the menu being too big. The stores can be 2 stories, dipshits. Put a bunch of people working in a secondary kitchen up there, and we got 2 Taco Bells for the price of 1. Our menu can fucking effectively double.
Do you know what we should do? We should pick up the slack. We should just fucking... Remember that when those people created that dumb Starbucks? Remember that? Like... They basically created a fucking Starbucks, but they called it Dumb Starbucks. And they're like, we're a parody of Starbucks. This is allowed under the law. We need to go create a company called Real Taco Bell that serves all of the discontinued menu items.
The Real Bell.
Real Taco Bell.
Real Taco Bell. Then we'll just be like, it's a parody.
Dude, the Mexican pizza, that's coming back.
I don't think the Mexican pizza's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Still there.
Okay, good. The Mexican pizza.
So, yeah, we already brought it back.
How long?
But it's next, though. You know that's going away.
Yeah, that's the next thing we're going to read. Yeah, Taco Bell's making more cuts. Pretty soon, the only thing you'll be able to fucking eat at Taco... The only thing you'll be able to go order at Taco Bell is a water. That's all we serve anymore.
No, it'll just be Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and that's it.
Welcome to Mountain Dew Baja Blast Bell. For all your Mountain Dew Baja Blast needs.
Can I interest you in a Baja Blast today? No, thanks. Oh, well, sorry, sir. We can't help you then.
Have a good day.
Thaddeus Sran, parents of missing disabled tot have stopped cooperating with police.
I pulled this because this is I think I'm gonna start a segment because it's becoming newsworthy again. This is Madtown news. This happened in Madera, California, in my hometown.
Paul's pulling local news. Madtown news.
Madtown news, dude. Everybody's got to
know where Paul's from, TJ.
The parents of missing California toddler Thaddeus Sran have apparently stopped cooperating with police, according to the Fresno Bee.
Not at all suspicious.
As Crime Online previously reported, 2-year-old Thaddeus disappeared from the 800 block of C Street in Madera on July 14th, according to the boys, what the boys' family told police.
Do you know where that is, Paul?
Yes, let me tell you, C Street is actually legendary in Madera. It is the seediest part of Madera. It's like heart of the ghetto in Madera. You go to see C Street was where you would like drug deals and gang activity and prostitution and all that shit happened on C Street and around it. So it's like the worst part of Madera.
Okay, so it's infamous.
Yes, infamous. C Street particularly, like when you say C Street in Madera, everybody knows what you're talking about.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to see." Okay, yeah, you're like so. Yeah, so someone like you going to C Street, Paul, it's like something shady's happening.
So neighbor. Does that say Ermelanto Esperanza? I don't know. Told ABC 30 that the family had only been in the neighborhood a few weeks, but he never once saw the child. It's all strange. I don't think the boy was ever here. I think the alleged abduction was elsewhere because I never saw anything. Meanwhile, other agencies, community volunteers are continuing the search for Thaddeus. He stands 2 feet tall, weighs 30 pounds, last seen wearing a diaper, Spider-Man pants, and red shirt. Anyone with any information is urged to contact police. A $5,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to the toddler's whereabouts.
So it doesn't really mention it in the bulk of the article that we read, but he's also disabled. So he's like a little disabled boy.
Well, it says right here that I think we just kind of skipped it. Thaddeus was born prematurely, just learning to walk, usually crawls, move around, has to be fed with a feeding tube, is nonverbal, and needs special care.
So what I think happened is I think mom and dad got tired of taking care of the kid and offed him.
Yeah.
And it probably happened before they even moved to Madera.
He was abducted on C Street.
Yeah, he was abducted on C Street. Sure.
He wasn't. I mean, he's no longer alive.
Like how did he get somewhere where he could be abducted? He can't walk. He can't talk. He can't get around. He can't get in and out of things.
None of the neighbors saw anything. They said they never even saw this kid, period.
This kid was murdered by his parents, clearly.
He was probably killed before these parents moved to Madera, and then they kept up this like fucking kayfabe that they had this kid long enough to, finally claim, hey.
Oh no, where did our kid go?
Where did Thaddeus go? And now
Where's Thaddeus? Where's Thaddeus?
The fact that they've stopped cooperating with police doesn't necessarily mean that they're guilty of anything. They just might have gotten a lawyer who has advised them to not talk to the police anymore.
That's true. I mean, the police might have started. The police might have started asking them questions to let them know, like, "Holy shit, they suspect us," and then they're just like, "Fuck
well, who
this."
else would you suspect? Like,
Right.
he lives with them. He's disabled. He's non-verbal. He has all these issues. And then suddenly he's missing, and they just have no idea where he could have possibly gone.
They scoured C Street. No one saw anything. No one heard anything.
Like, come on,
you know?
dude. You know, like,
we don't have the foggiest idea where this little fucking kid that can't get around on his own.
he was 10. That's plausible. If he's fucking 2, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no
he was
fucking
only
way.
just
He just wandered off. They have no idea.
They said he was only
That's the
just
most
learning to
neglectful parents in
walk.
the world.
You know, I mean, like, there's just, it doesn't make sense.
So some shady fucking shit going down in Madtown this week. In addition to Madera County being one of the hottest spots in California for coronavirus, but I'm
shocked.
We'll save that for next week on Madtown News.
Well, I look forward to it.
Good old Madtown News is it's going to become a staple now. Everybody's going to know what's happening in good old Madtown, man.
Hey, Madera's got a lot of problems, and people would like to know about them.
It sure do. Some seedy, crazy, dark things going on in Madtown.
Don't if you go to Madera, don't go down C Street. Oh, don't go down. You never know what's going to happen on C Street.
If you start seeing letters and they're climbing towards C, you better turn around and head the other fucking way, boy, and find a way around.
A, B, oh, don't get to C.
B
might be too close.
We could do a horror movie called C Street.
Yeah, just go to Madera.
I just heard the whole thing, dude. Just like the creepy kids choir singing that atonal A, B, C. You know. Oh. Let's do it.
Let's all do it.
Street.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week for more Flash Fried. Peace.
Fuck out of here.
Deep fat fried.